All right. Hey, this is Ross Payne with Role Playing Public Radio. Tonight we are playing Base Raiders,
Woo!
Project Bildungsroman for the RPPR Patreon. These are some of our patrons, and also Tom. Tom likes Base Raiders so much he wanted to jump in.
I do.
So, Bildungsroman is, of course, we did an episode of this on RPPR a couple of years ago, and it's about. It's a genre about the education, the formative experiences of a young person growing up. So basically, you have all, and you'll find out what that means as we get into it. So you have all been hired by a woman named Carol. She wants you to raid a base. They have a lead on. She represents a group of people who have a lead on a base. And so you have all worked together as base raiders, so you all have reason to trust each other. You may not have worked together before, but you all trust each other to go on this dangerous job without being worried that you're going to get betrayed by someone. So let's just go ahead and introduce our characters, because we have some pre-gens and also some original characters. So of course, Tom, you are playing.
I am playing Foot High Science Guy.
Of course. And we're using the stats from Boiling Point. And,
he's been in a game or two.
Yep, a few games. Next up, we have, let's see here, Zerg Dragon, who is playing Tentacles. Please tell us about Tentacles.
So yes, Tentacles is a small part of a multiverse spanning organism. His existence in this world is a portal that floats through the air with a bunch of tentacles hanging out. And I exist to find salvage to feed to the Great Swarm.
Okay. So the portal, it floats. So just so I have an idea of the physical presence of this character, is it like a normal sized doorway in terms of size?
Portal from the actual game portal, about that size, about that shape.
Okay.
But with a massive tentacles hanging out. Most of the time, I'd be at about a 45-degree angle.
Okay, so kind of like I think like a hermit crab almost, kind of in terms of the
very much so.
Okay, and the portal itself does have mass and stuff like that, so you can't like fit through. It can't shrink. You don't have any shrinking powers or anything, so it still occupies as much space as a human, more or less.
That's right.
For the sake of game reasons. So like,
yes,
yeah. Very good. So, and how does Tentacles talk? Is it just kind of like we just hear a voice and it's just, or is it
Tentacles? You sometimes get a suspicion that there's a beak in there somewhere, but every time you think you see it, you get too disgusted to keep looking. And Tentacles is a soft-spoken representative of the Great Mass.
Okay. I dig it. Then next up we have Hostile, and you are playing.
I'm playing Jeff Crate Marsden, everybody's favorite reality glitching FPS protagonist type dude.
Yep, and he summons and uses crates. I've used him in other Base Raiders games, and he's always fun. Let's see here, and then we have Weird. And who are you going to be playing?
I'm playing Knight Errant. From the description, once a talented CSI, not the whole thing, to CSI forensics technician, Knight Errant. It's a fan of superheroes before Ragnarok, and basically he decided to become one. But I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm here for fun. I'll do the best I can. Good
job. And then finally we have Daniel, and I believe you picked Art Cannon.
Yes, I'm playing Art Cannon, who is a bionic wizard, and it's one of the pre-gens.
Cool. So you are all actually not meeting at the Zombie Dolphin. Carol wants to meet you at a warehouse away from prying eyes, because it's a lead on a base is a valuable piece of information, and people don't necessarily want to give that up. But Carol has met all of you, and so you're all meeting together in this warehouse. It is in New York City. Carol appears to be in her mid-20s. She does have several scars on her face, and they look to be very precise, like knife scars. not like in any pattern you can kind of recognize, not like a single claw mark or whatever, but like she says it's only fair, as we are meeting, that I the rest of the group wanted to meet all of you because we are trusting you all. Of course we'll be helping you however we can, but I'm Carol, and then she motions to 3 other humans. There's this is Miles. There's a young man. He looks very intense. Then there is Ember, also a very brawny looking man, also scarred. Those look like more like combat scars. You could see some bullet hole or bullet scars on his upper shoulders. He's wearing a tank top. And then Lovelace, who's another woman. She looks very pale, kind of nervous. So we have a lead on the a base for a secret ideal project. Well, we're not sure if it's an actual ideal project or was done, but it's done by the Dr. Infinity, who was one of the top super scientists of the ideal. He wasn't very public, but he was one of the powers behind the thrones. He's one of the people who helped build a base technology. But Project Bildungsroman is something we all have an interest in, and we need to get in there and find out the truth behind this project. The problem is that it's at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. We have essentially we found out there are resupply missions sent to this base, and they had a certain protocol for submarine docking and access codes. And that's what we have, the access codes. We don't have a submarine, though, and we don't have a boat to get there. So, of course, we also have the coordinates. So if you can think of a way to get in there without having to use the submarine, you're the experts in this. But what we'll offer is equal shares. We will all count ourselves. We only want data from the base. We don't need any data and certain materials, but not too many. We'll take everything else in the base would be yours for salvage rights. All the fabricators, if they had any build-a-base machines, we just want the data and the research materials. So, but that's what we have. And we don't know how to proceed from here. None of us have any power, so to speak. We're all good survivors, but we don't really have, any superpowers. We've kind of decided to keeping a low profile is better than trying to enhance ourselves. So,
Our portals allow us teleportation. Perhaps the ability could be augmented to carry us all.
it was a great distance, and that's fine. If you could guarantee our way back, I would not want to teleport. The advantage of getting a submarine is obviously we could leave whenever we wanted.
You want a submarine? I can get you a submarine. I get you a submarine by 3:00 this afternoon.
Oh, then we just need a boat to get the submarine over it. Then I guess. But that's good to hear that you have access to a submarine, or you could get one. Does anybody else? Yeah,
I know some people.
Oh, well, that's why we hired you for this. Foot High, do you want to make some kind of roll to make a call to see if you can get one?
Indeed. Let me bring up my sheet here.
All right. I'm pulling it up too. So, let's see here. Scientific genius, tiny amphibian, probably scientific genius.
Yeah, I'll use scientific genius.
All right.
That's backslash 40th.
Yep. Yep. As I have that on there.
Whoop, that didn't.
Yeah, if you just copy the information, you need the space between the. You also need the R. So yeah.
Whoops.
Yep.
Oh, so it's backslash space.
Backslash R. Just look at what other people are typing in there. R space 4DF.
Okay.
All right, so that's a 3.
That's a 3 superhuman.
All right. You could reasonably build a submarine that could get everybody up and down there. It's not going to have any other frills or features, but yeah, you could put one together in a day or two. You have some material. You do have a workshop, so you can do that. But
Blue Mountain Technologies is on it.
It's going to use all your spare materials.
Until I get new spare material.
Yeah, so you also need access to a boat. So that would probably that would take you all over the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So does anybody have any sort of social skills or networking skills that they want to use to try and figure out? Or you could all go to the Zombie Dolphin and look around and ask for people for boat captains to take you out to the middle of the ocean.
Let me guess. Tell me we get the guy from the lighthouse.
Yeah, so actually everyone can make a skill check at this point. So Footai does that. Arcanon, what do you want to try and think of? Are there any knowledge skills, questions you have for the people, or
nothing that immediately comes to mind, like with the with what Tentacle said about maybe getting the teleportation technology. Maybe I could help with that because I have wizardry, but other than that, I don't really have any social skills or.
Okay. Let's see here. Tentacles, your ability to teleport is at superhuman tier, and it is you're basically powered by magic, right? Like weird alien or psychic power.
In interdimensional power, transdimensional energies.
Okay, so the thing is, you'd need to amplify it a lot in order to do this. So you would need a massive amount of energy, some sort of energy source to do that. So that would be your problem. You'd actually have to go raid some other base or make a deal or steal something.
Speaking of networking, I've got a section of the sheet here that says networking. It's under Vigilante Investigator. I don't know if that is like it's a
that is
part
of Vigilante Investigator. You have contacts. You're like Batman or someone. You know all kinds of crooks and bad guys and people like that.
Batman.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can give me a role in Vigilante Investigator.
All right. Yeah. So it's always 40.
And what's the networking targeted on? What's the contact going to tell you?
What are you looking for boats or are you looking for some other means down there?
Yeah, great question. Well, yeah, okay, that's the part we need, right? Is boats. So yeah.
That's the part Footai says he can build a submarine that can get you up and down.
Right. So we need boats.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for that now. I rolled a 1. I can't really tell what I'm supposed to add to it though.
You're supposed to add your
scare 9 points.
Yeah, you should see under skills on 211.
The rating.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Okay, 4. Yeah. Duh. Okay. Yep. So 5.
All right, yeah, 5. Very good. And Vigilante Investigators, extraordinary tier. So yeah, actually, of 3 boat captains who work the Atlantic. One is Captain. One is. Let's see here. I need a random name generator. I have their descriptions, but I don't have their names because I am lazy. How dare?
McBodison.
No, these are the captains. These are not the actual boats.
Yeah. It's the guy from the lighthouse, isn't it, Ross?
I don't remember that character's name. There's Captain Maxwell, Captain Shelton, and then Captain Marsh. Maxwell has a research vessel, Bodie McBoatface. They do research, so that would be a fairly normal vessel. So they're basically humans. They that would give you the most cover because it's a established vessel that spends a lot of time out in the middle of the Atlantic. But of course, why would they help you? You would have to do some negotiating to help you. Captain Shelton is the captain of a mega yacht that for Noel Sparks, the eccentric tech billionaire, who is kind of a jerk. So now the billionaire Sparks isn't always on his yacht. And the yacht is very well equipped, obviously, but the problem is, of course, in fact, it's also a huge yacht, so you could all easily hide from any guests of the billionaire. But of course, this billionaire finds out what you're doing, he and his superpowered bodyguards might be a problem, or they might want a cut of the action. Captain Marsh is a ghost. He is a ghost that works for base raiders. He gives you passage.
Oh, right, a literal ghost, right?
Yeah, literal ghost. You have to find these cursed gold coins. 1 gold coin per passenger per trip, so you need 2 per person. But he would be able to do it supernaturally. Be a very valuable ally, but you have to find some of these gold coins. He's also a ghost, very spoopy, and so you'll all have to deal with that. Because if you there's a slight chance you could get trapped on his ship. The bloody vengeance. So yeah, that and be trapped as air ghost for eternity.
On the one hand, Maxwell seems like the safest bet. I've got wealth, but really the Marsh seems like the fun one. Kind of want to go with Marsh. I'm trying to contact the ghost. So I'm just gonna explain this to people. We see, I got a contact. He's a ghost, so we can make this work.
Okay. So you arrange to meet at the Zombie Dolphin. You're there under the zombie itself at a booth. It's kind of just there's robots and aliens and cyborgs and mutants and other base raiders just hanging about, and then there's a chill in the air, and after a few seconds, the lights dim, and you all smell the ocean. And your booth is graced with a man in a pea coat, the captain's hat, and a corncob pipe. It says, "I be Captain Marsh."
Hello, Captain Marsh. There's a mission that we kind of need your help with.
Aye, you want to book passage on the bloody vengeance?
That's right. We need to get out in the middle of the ocean.
Aye. I can see in your eyes the hint of greed. A buried, unsunken treasure.
Yeah, I'll just fake lie. I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be after just plain old money.
You trying to steal the gold right under Neptune's beard. I can see it in your eyes. You can't hide anything, laddie. Aye.
Well, crime fighting is expensive.
Aye. Oh, it is. The Crusades. The Crusader needs gold to continue his war against the infidel.
That's right.
Captain Marsh knows. Aye. So if you want gold passage, 12 gold coins for the lot of you and your own little underwater boat. Aye, the prophecies have been fulfilled. I know of your treasure, of your odyssey under the waves. Aye.
Okay.
Find a dozen of the golden cursed coins. So these apparently were coins that were on the Bloody Vengeance when it sank, were found by treasure hunters, and they're trying to reclaim them. So if anybody has any research or information skills, they can figure out where they are.
I mean, I've got that too. I mean, but I let someone else go if they want to,
Yeah.
If they got it.
I have scientific genius again.
Let's have someone else do it.
No worries.
Yeah, Crate, do you have any research skills? I forgot.
I've got investigation.
Well, there you go. You can make an investigation check.
All right. Yeah, I'll ask around because there's just a lot of people down here who like to just deal in weird money.
All right.
That's a 0.
Okay. Without spending a fate point, you don't really get anything, at least from down here. So Captain Marsh says, "Well, I know of 2 public places that have the coins. Can I
use an insight on Captain Marsh?
Sure.
I want to try to find some aspect of him that could compel him to help us without the coins.
Okay.
All right, throwing in my roll. And it came out a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a, I'm sorry, I don't know what tier that's in. That's a tier 3 extraordinary.
Okay. Yeah, there might be a way. A cursed ghost. You know that the gold coins are like one of the things they have to get back in order to be put at rest. But they also, you do know, there are a lot of base raiders who actually try to, they harass or attack ghosts. I think that all ghosts are evil or are cursed, or that they're trying to put them to rest just through supernatural powers. If you were to ask Captain Marsh, who was harassing him lately, and took out one of his enemies, you might be able to barter that. So. Yeah, you could pick a fight with somebody instead of trying to find the coins.
Captain Marsh, perhaps there's a different service that we could render to you. We are skilled at deterring those who wish to interfere.
Well, if there has been a bit of a problem, there is a oops. I remember the name of villain I used. Let's see here. Oh yes, there be a scallywag, a blackguard that is been hunting my crew and I like we were some kind of white whale. We've been careful to avoid him and only meeting in public and being very careful, but it's only a matter of time before he sinks us again and to oblivion instead of the afterlife that we're in, which is still in the real world. Metaphysics is complicated. But the hedge wizard, if you could get him to stop hunting us and threatening to steal our energies for his own black sorceries, I'd be much obliged.
Do any of my companions know how to find a hedge wizard?
Not a hedge wizard, the hedge wizard. I would say Knight Errant knows of him.
Sure.
He is a human sorcerer who is no one knows his identity or where he is right now, but his whole thing is to simply hunt and kill magical beings to harness their energies to fuel his sorceries. So
doesn't seem very nice.
No, he's definitely got there's public bounties on him. Nobody's been able to cash in on those. So
What an asshole.
yeah, basically. So you can make a vigilante investigator check to figure out a good way to try and get him.
Okay, do I just roll vigilante investigator because he's like craft, examine, information, networking, research, stealth,
Yeah.
wealth, and work? Okay.
Yeah. That one skill covers all those trappings.
Cool.
I wouldn't feel bad about putting the boots to this guy because he's an asshole, but if we do that, we're going to end up with the PvP-enabled flag, and that's going to be a problem for a while.
All right, Craig gets a point.
Well, it looks like
Craig gets a fate point for that.
Yeah.
I like that.
looks like I got a 5 again. So, yay me.
All right.
Batmaning.
He'd probably want to. You could set a trap. All you need is a supernatural being to sort of lure him in there. Obviously, you don't want to use Captain Marsh because you want to protect him, and the bait would be at great risk. But Arcannon is technically a magical being because of his magic. So tentacles would probably count too.
I'm fine. We're being bait for hedge wizard.
So you do know, Knight Errant, that hedge wizard's thing is that he uses ritual magic, which is slow but powerful. So if he's coming in for a trap, he'd be prepared for whoever his victim is. He'd have powers specifically to counter them.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Disconnected.
yeah. Okay. Is everybody back in? Yep.
We
Okay.
are all here.
Yay. All right. Hello. We have comments from our listeners, our viewers. Beef Jerky, hello.
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 Hi, Beef Jerky.
Anyways, all right, yeah. So you guys can talk about how you want to set up a trap for him, like who you want to use, or you can make up something else. You know what he's after. You have to, for one, figure out what to use to trap him. 2, how are you going to get information to him? And then 3, how are you going to set up the trap?
Okay, well, the first one was have someone set up as bait. So
Mhm.
if one of us was willing to do that a second ago, I'd just stick with that for that part.
Sure. Yeah, I could be the bait.
Now, how do we let him know?
All right, so Arcana will be the
Good.
bait. So anybody with networking can basically spread gossip. Obviously, Hedge Wizard has some way to gain gossip because he's hunting supernatural beings, so he has to be on the lookout
Right.
for that information. So you could also,
Probably
use
there's probably
computers
some forum.
to dump rumors online.
It's probably a really gross cesspool kind of forum that tracks that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anybody with a networking skill or computers,
Is technology the same as computers?
yeah,
or-
technology, yeah, technology.
I guess I could roll technology and try to spread some rumors about myself.
Okay.
Who's
Is
more
con-
qualified?
Like, hey, bros, like, are you looking for a magical creature to eat? Well, let me tell you can never eat me.
I got a
Too
3.
smart for you.
Okay. So with that, he'll get this information.
5
So
stars on Mystical Yelp.
yeah, basically. So the question is, what's your trap going to be? Like, where are you going to set it, and how are you going to get him?
So,
I'm sorry.
so he's a wizard mage type, right?
Yeah.
So so I'm imagining a classical wizard mage kind of trap is something that they walk inside it, and whenever it is metaphysically, whenever it springs, so to speak, it effectively cancels out. It's like a anti-magic field turns on when you're in the center of it. So it cancels all their magical abilities.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Not
we
quite
can always-
sure how to build one of those, but
Prepare a counter spell beforehand. Do we have someone who could do that?
we could also-
Arcanon could, but
Yeah.
Arcanon's
also-
going to be the bait. So
we could also hire a sniper.
Just shoot.
Let's not leave C4 off the table.
I kind of like that. Yeah, the sniper. I mean, yeah, there's a certain appeal to that.
I mean, okay, fine. If you want it to be non-lethal, we could make it like a mega dose of, tranquilizer.
Yeah. Well, what does everyone else want to do?
well, actually, where do you want to set this? Let's think about the place first.
Central
Like-
Park.
Okay.
That's definitely
At
a
night.
place
At
at night. Okay.
I feel like that. I don't want to do that with the sniper though. It doesn't seem like it fit well. Not that I'm not. We haven't decided that yet, but I'm just saying.
I mean, if I could just go to some sort of like junkyard looking for mystical and technological
Yeah.
artifacts, that's
Okay.
a place that I could be at.
Yeah.
But y'all
You
could
find a
hide.
good junkyard pretty easily. That's not too hard.
I mean,
So
we're right next to Jersey.
Heyo. It's New Jersey's technically the Garden State. That's the state.
Yeah,
mark.
that's an
Okay.
ironic name.
Also a terrible movie.
Wow. All right. So
Well, I
you
came
got a
here to have a
junkyard.
good time, but I'm feeling very attacked right now.
You have your bait. You have the rumors. We'll just go. I'll just go to each player and ask them what they're going to do. So, Foot High, what are you going to do for this ambush?
Well, if you need someone to do something hidden, I'm really good at not being seen.
Okay.
So
You
it
could-
depends. Like we need to determine what kind of trap we're setting. I mean, if you want it to be some technological aspects to it, I'm your guy.
I mean that's true.
I mean, I can always
What if we?
I
What?
can always build like a
Sorry.
taser kind of trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What if we just had more than one trap?
Mm-hmm.
So like if one fails, we don't lose everything right away.
Okay. Sure.
So,
So
like,
you can build a
and-
taser trap, Tom. What
Yeah.
do you want to trigger it? Is it going to be like sensors? Or is it going to be manual activation?
I'm thinking something technological that maybe he would not be familiar with,
Okay.
like a motion sensor or something.
Okay. Sure. Let's see here. Yeah. Go ahead and let's see here. Yeah. Go and give me a science technology roll.
That is a 5.
Okay. That is a 5. All right. So you make a really advanced built sensor. Actually, do you want to spend a fate point?
Sure, I'll spend a fate point.
You happen to use alien technology while building this, which will turn out to be really useful in a second. So,
I like alien tech. That's technically
all right. So that's set up nearby, ready to trigger. Basically, you've found a place where he can only approach from one path. And of course, that means there's only one way in or out. So Arcana will be trapped in there with them. All right, so that's what Foot High Science Guy is doing. Tentacles, or what are you going to be doing for the ambush?
After the springing of any traps that might hit us, Tentacles plans to strike the hedge witch so hard and with so much spin as to drag him into the portal and kill him instantly.
Okay, so you're basically just on standby to rush in as soon as the trap is triggered.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, by the way your powers worked out, your range for teleporting is basically Nightcrawler range, so like across a room, that kind of thing. It's not super far.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, just to clarify that. Let's see, Arcana and your bait, obviously. Knight Errant, what about you?
Yeah. I kind of like the Tom's idea with the whole sniping thing. I don't know. Is this something my guy can do? He's got like a sword that's weird that I haven't read very well yet. It
I
says
believe it
something
has
about
a
shoot
shooting
plus
range.
unusual.
Yeah, so
It
it's
says
not
shoot plus
super long.
unusual.
Yeah, I would say if you spend a fate point, you could charge it up and do a long range attack with it.
Okay.
So
I
the
don't
question
know how
is,
snipey it really is, but
yeah. So you could. The question is, so in the junkyard, do you want to do this above ground or like inside a building? There are sheds and stuff like that. So like, the more closed off it is, the more easily you can predict where he's coming from.
I was imagining outside somewhere where there's like majestic stacks of cars. Like you can build walls with cars, but then there's no ceiling.
The problem is he may just avoid Tom's trap by climbing over those walls.
Oh yeah.
Unless Tom spends another fate point
what we
to
have
set it
to-
up over a wide area.
Well, no, we can make that our killing ground, and what we put in the middle for the trap is a hole in the ground or a shack that's allegedly Arcanon's location.
Okay. So wait,
That
is
makes the
the
sniping harder.
taser trap in the shed or in the middle?
Right,
of it?
like that was my concept. He would
Okay.
try to enter that small location, get hit with the taser, and then the battlefield's larger.
Okay, so Knight Aaron is on Overwatch from a distance, ready to snipe. You only have one shot, but you'll be able to hit him from rifle range away. So you're hidden watching it from outside. So let's see here, and I believe that's the only other person left is Crate. What is Crate going to be doing?
Crate reaches down beneath the booth at the zombie dolphin and pulls out a crate.
Yep.
Puts it on the table, cracks it open, and it draws out a potion of aggro. A potion of draw aggro.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, I'm going to use my, what's it called? Advanced crate looting skill. Do I have to roll for this?
what do you? Let's see here. I will.
It defines 2 variables per scene.
Yeah, you just define what the variables are at this point. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to hand it over to Arcane and say, crack this open. I don't recommend drinking it. Maybe just, put a little on your neck and collar, and it'll probably keep him distracted and focused on you.
Okay. So that will work as a I forgot what to call it, but basically, yeah, it'll be a social attack on him or a composure attack. There it is. There's Crate. Good old Crate. So advanced Crate. Yeah. So all right, good.
Probably like the guile and the convince trapping. Just like, oh man, you really want to hit this guy. You really want to keep attacking this guy.
Yeah. Guile plus unusual, essentially.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So the next day you have your trap Knight Errant is on Overwatch in the distance. Tentacles is a little closer by, but completely hidden, so that he can't reveal. He can't tip off the hedge wizard early. Foot High Science guy, how close are you going to be to the ambush site?
I'll be hidden, but I'll be fairly close by.
Okay, so you're probably next to Tentacles then. So you're just
but
all right. All right,
I'm super good at hiding, so I'll be hidden.
Well, you could be in a riskier position then. You could set yourself up a little more exposed, closer, or be on Overwatch.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Okay, you're on Overwatch. So let's see here. Arcana is obviously in the shed, being the bait.
But like I am gonna be like primed and ready to shoot the guy with my self-titled Arcannon. So I don't want him to hurt me too bad.
So you do know that you had to, in order to be bait, basically you had to tell him where you were and when. And all of you put together, you realize that, like I said, he's a ritual sorcerer, so he's probably going to have spells or some magical advantage against you specifically. So you're going to be, that Arcannon may not work as well as you hope it does against him, because
that's a fair point. Okay.
So yeah, that's the downside of being bait. Weirdly enough. Crate, what about you?
Oh, for some reason, there's a crate next to Foot High Science guy, and
you're just hiding.
Where is crate? Who knows? Not in the crate, probably.
Okay. All right. Let us see how perceptive the bad guy is.
Should I roll stealth, because it is a stealth skill?
Yeah, it is a stealth skill. So go ahead and roll that.
And it'll be the same for me too.
Yep. Knight Errant, you do not have to, because you were pretty far away. What is alertness? Okay. He has that pretty high. So
yeah, mine comes out to a 6 at superhuman level.
Mine is at 4 superhuman.
Okay. Do either of you want to spend stealth points on this? I mean, fate points on this.
Screw it. I got a spare. I'll spend one.
All right.
What
about you?
8.
Trying to remember how much I have.
I
got 5. I got 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend one.
All right, that's good, because otherwise you both would have been detected. Tentacles, you don't have to roll because you're fully hidden, but you're a little farther away. So Knight Errant, Foot High, and Crate can all make detection checks, alertness checks. This will be against his roll. Which is really shitty. So I'm going to spend a fate point to reroll that, because he does have fate points.
Good for him.
Yep. Ooh.
God damn it. Well, mine comes out to a +5 at extraordinary.
Okay. This is +8 superhuman.
God damn it.
I sure as shit didn't make that.
Yeah. This is Essence of Darkness. This is the Hedge Wizard, by the way, is the bad guy on the on the front cover from the Underground, fighting Saber Anthony. He is it is he's pretty good. All right, so none of you see him because he's very stealthy. But however, because your trap is made of alien technology, it still works. So go ahead and give me your science check as a attack roll.
All right, that's all right.
And he cannot dodge this because let's see here. Oh shit, he doesn't have resist damage. He only has parry or dodge. So this is gonna fucking wreck him. But he does have a bunch of health, so
it's actually can I spend a fate point to reroll that?
You can. What aspect are you activating for that?
Let's see.
I mean, you got some scientific ones, basically.
Yeah. Sorry, aspects are on the other page.
Yep. Alien augmented mind.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, go and roll again.
Well, it's a little better. 3 superhuman.
3 superhuman. Now this is going to be against a mundane resist damage check because he has doesn't have it trained. This is his one weakness. So yeah, it said 3 superhuman.
Yep.
So that's +4 because it's superhuman versus mundane versus -1. So that's 8. That's 8 stress to him. He's having a real bad day as he gets the shit tased out of him.
I was trying to call. Don't tase me, bro.
All right.
So even if we didn't see him, do we see the trap go off?
Oh yeah, no, he's visible now. He basically gets to the door. So Tom, you get spin on this. You get 1 additional effect. You could do another point of damage. You could do 2 more damage, or you could have some other effect hit him. For example, stunning him for a bit, knocking him back.
I was gonna say stunning him.
All right. So he slumps to the ground. You see him. He's holding a mystical blade of some kind. He is stunned for a bit. So Arcana, what are you gonna do?
I guess, I mean, he looks stunned a bit. Hopefully this doesn't backfire terribly, but I guess I'll try shooting him.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay. So that's all right.
The big upside of mystical blades when it comes to taser traps is they're conductive.
So I got a 6
down.
on my Arcana check.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. Let's see here. All right, sorry, I'm just looking at remembering how this works. All right, yeah, okay. So that's 2, 4. What'd you hit?
A 6.
4, 6. Oh, actually, it gets through. I rolled really shitty. So that inflicts another 2 stress on him. There's a magical aura appears that absorbs most of your energy, but some of it burns through. So he had a spell specifically set up to resist your cannon. But,
I say, haha, self-taught motherfucker.
all right, well, that was your action. So Foot High and Crate, you're nearby because you were hidden and he didn't notice you. And of course, you see the trap go off, and you see him on just stunned. He is staggered back. He's not knocked down. He's just because he's a bad guy, tough. What are you gonna do, Foot High?
As you know, I am not built for combat.
You could try and rig the trap to go off again.
Yeah, I guess I'll scientific genius again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to rearm it.
Okay.
3 superhuman.
All right, so that it will reactivate. It starts charging up again. This time you set it to manual control. So I assumed it was an area of effect. You cross the line, the whole area gets lit up with a taser essentially. Yeah. So he has to stay in that area, in that doorway, essentially, in order for it to affect. Now, the thing is, it's going to take a round to charge up, unless you want to spend a fate point to have instant recharge.
And that'll be my last fate point.
All right, so you can go ahead and make another attack roll.
All right.
As you just hit again, but that the trap will be shorted out by that. So
that's 5 superhuman.
All right, so that's a 9 adjusted against a -1. So, he had a shitload of health though. Is the problem? So 8 was 6 and 2. That would be 3. So, all right, yeah, he's down to 1 health bubble. So next hit will knock him down. But he's still up. So Crate, what about you? Actually, Knight Aaron, you can take a shot too.
Cool. Okay, so from what you said before, I need to spend a fate point for that. So
Yeah.
mark that off. And roll the thing. Now, what do I add to it? The sword thing.
Yeah, the heroes are quite a pickle. Yes, they are.
Power tier. I'm trying to figure out what the. I rolled a 1 again. I'm trying to figure out what the swords thing is. What his shoot power is? Superhuman, I guess. That's the tier. I'm not sure what the plus is.
It's on the next page under skills. Energy sword is +4, so
okay.
5 at superhuman tier. So you will get a dodge at full value because it's a range attack. And let's see here. What is his dodge skill at? It's pretty high. Just flipping through books. Let's see here. Dark. Oh no, he can parry it. So his Dark Athame springs to life and manages to parry it. Because I rolled a 6 on ascendant with that because his sword is very bad. Crate, what are you gonna do?
Crate?
I shout cherry tap and whip the crate at him.
Okay, go and give me a roll on crate. Your crate attack.
Power of crates cannot be denied.
I'm gonna spend I'm gonna spend a fate to flip that.
Okay.
Or re-roll that, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Thanks, brain.
Do over.
God damn it! Literally the exact same roll.
Wow. Well, he gets the roll too. So
yeah, that comes out to +2.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
He manages to parry it with Dark Athame. Because it is a attack, his blade I realize can do that. So let's see here. And tentacles, you can go and give me your teleport check. Well, actually, you can just teleport as your surprise action this round.
I would like to compel my conviction. I must feed salvage to the great mass and spend my turn feeding the junkyard into my portal.
Yeah. There's some carburetors neatly stacked up in this little shed you're in, and they've been taunting you for minutes.
They're just what the mass wants.
Yeah, no, delicious carburetors. So the let's see here. So now we begin actual combat. He is no longer stunned, and he is going to lash out a dark cannon, charging him with his blade, which rolls like shit. So, but it's a really high attack. So,
can I roll armor plating to block?
You sure can.
Okay.
So he gets a 4. That would be a 6 against superhuman.
Okay, so
because his blade is very powerful. Let's see here. Let's see here.
Oops, yes, I wrote D4F instead of 4F. There we go.
Yep.
I rolled a 3.
All right, so you take 3 stress
Okay.
as it cuts into you. So you just fill in. You just remember your third mark is filled in as he is in a blind rage. So now you can also do aspect maneuvers, which is doing an action against him to give someone else a temporary aspect against them. For example, create an opening or aim for the weak spot or something like that. So you can stack up on these things.
Hit his weak spot for massive damage.
Right. So stacking up a bunch of aspect maneuvers is good to build up a bunch of modifiers so you can actually hit him, because this guy's a really good defense. So your standard attacks probably aren't going to get through because he has a magic dagger that lets him parry basically anything aside from area effects. And your area effect attack is no longer working.
I did the best I could.
You did. You almost took him down. He only has 1 bubble left. His 1 bubble. So yeah, who wants to go next?
Well, I guess I could crawl on his back and just keep throwing him off balance.
That would be perfect. Go ahead, give me a roll.
All right, that's going to be a tiny amphibian.
Mm-hmm. And since he doesn't notice you, he can't defend against it. All right, so you're on his back. So you have that first aspect, temporary aspect on a lizard, an amphibian on your back, like a monkey on your back.
Except it's a 12-inch tall amphibian.
Yeah. By the way, if you order, go to gumroad.com/Ross Payton. You can order base rated directly for me, and I'll autograph it. Thank you for that generous officer. Or you can order from Amazon and have it printed, fresh. But I do have a couple boxes left of those that I need to. I would
He'll
like
do
to.
it too.
I will. So that was Foot High Science Guy Art Cannon. What are you gonna do? You're right next to him.
Could I shoot him again with the cannon, but not like to do damage, just to sort of like as a maneuver to sort of like distract him, so he sort of has to worry about blocking my cannon so that somebody else can shoot him?
Yeah,
All right.
that'd be great. Make a shooting check,
All right.
and if you get at least a +2, you will succeed.
I got a 5.
All right. Yeah. Buzz
What
by.
do I gotta do to? What do I do to get down into the melee range with him? How long would that take?
Let's see, Knight Errant. So you have, I think you have like some sort of that would be an athletics check. You have power armor that enhances your result. So basically, I think you need like a 3 or better, and you'd make it this round.
Okay.
As you just leap, bound from rooftop to rooftop, basically, or car top to car top.
Right. Woohoo! Okay.
All right, yeah. So you get there. You're in melee range if you want.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I want to try to disarm him. I mean, not cut his arms off. Yeah, not the fun one.
Okay, sure.
I don't.
Make an attack roll.
Okay, I'll roll some fudge dice again, but I'm really not sure what to add to it at this point.
This would be alien sword because you're still using it. Now he would get to roll his athame since you're trying to directly attack, or basically. All right.
Yeah. I made a bad result.
Yep, and he has a higher skill in it, so you do not manage to disarm him.
Darn.
Yep. He is really good at this blade. He is really good.
See.
So, Crate.
No, it's too late. It's too late. Okay, go on.
Crate, what do you want to do?
Okay, guys, hold on. I got to reload. And I just run over to a nearby abandoned car, kick the trunk open, and grab the crate inside.
Yep, you reload. Because that's what crates sound like. Tentacles, what do you want to do?
Man, Ross, I was practically there. That's immersive.
Thank you.
All right, Tentacles will teleport behind him. That's free. And I'm going to spend a fate point to make a dexterity check for free.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to gently remove the dagger from his grasp.
Okay.
So I gotta see which skill I've got that trapping under.
I don't remember.
Reaching through the portal.
Yep.
Okay, so that'll be +4 and superhuman.
Mm-hmm.
My roll, a 1, so 5 at superhuman.
Okay. Let's see here. 5, 4, 4, 6. Do you want to spend a fate point?
I will definitely want to spend a fate point.
Actually, you could activate one of the temporary aspects that have been created, like an amphibian on your back. So
No. I'm saving those.
Okay.
This is my fate point. I'm going to go with I must feed salvage to the great mass. I have to take that dagger so I can eat it.
Okay. You grab the dagger. It immediately burns your hand. Take 1 stress, but it drops to the ground. It is enchanted so that only he can wield it. But he is disarmed.
And so since that dexterity was free, now I'll make my strike check.
Okay. He cannot use Dark Athame to parry.
And that's also a function of reaching through the portal. So that is, with my roll, 2 at superhuman. I'm going to go ahead and spend a fate point to upgrade that as well.
Oh, he can dodge with his Essence of Darkness skill, so he will dodge, but that's at superhuman tier, not ascendant. So he will try and dodge. Sorry, what'd you get at superhuman?
I had 2 at superhuman,
Mhm.
and I am going to. Oh, geez, which one of these?
So
I'll tag for free. Created from strange and otherworldly materials, my tentacles take on an obsidian-like aspect as they shoot forward.
let's see.
And I just want to do that for a +2.
All right. So the thing is, right now he has a 7 at superhuman tier. Okay. So I will. So you right now he's at a 7, and you're at a what superhuman?
I am now at a 4 superhuman. What
Okay.
are the fragile aspects I can invoke in place?
Yes, they are. So
Frog on his back.
yeah,
So
and
that's 2, puts me to a 6.
yeah, and then
And then
the buzz shot, essentially, blinded by the arc cannon.
okay,
Yeah,
so that would put me at an 8 to his
Yep.
7. Is that enough?
that is enough.
Woo!
Thanks to teamwork, you all managed to take him down.
Can I eat him?
Well, you won't have proof that he's been taken out.
I'll wait.
We can't eat all of them. Yeah.
Also, that kind of makes you kind of a villain. They kind of want to do justice and like free the soul. Yeah.
I
This
do
is this
not
very
understand
knight
this
erranty.
perspective.
Wait,
So-
guys, hold
Yeah.
on. I put the crate down.
Mhm.
I smashed the crate. There's a Polaroid camera inside. Y'all want to
Alright.
take some selfies?
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I am not photogenic.
Oh, you're beautiful. Don't be like that.
Yeah.
Now, come on.
Tentacles has learned to go along with this custom.
Kind of just sit on his head like you're a crown or something.
There you go. All right. So you contact Beatrice, and she and several other, a golem and a mummy appear through a mystic portal and grab him. Beatrice says she will tell Captain Marsh of your deeds, and your passage to the Atlantic will be free, and he will aid you however he can on that voyage. You have done well to rid our community of such an evil person. She does take the dagger with her, but she does give Tentacles a bag of let's see here, broken robot parts. So
Absolutely marvelous.
Good.
so congratulations, you've got yourself passage on the Bloody Vengeance, and you've beaten a bad guy. Yay! So
Whoa! That's dangerously close to doing hero shit.
yeah. Well, it was reciprocal. You did something good. They're doing something good for you. So it's not
It's
the
quid pro-
martyrdom of old
Quid
hero.
pro quo.
Yeah, quid pro quo. That's what society's built on.
Indeed, it is.
So you all basically have time to rest, get all your stress back. Your fate points stay the same though, but your foot eye science guy, you put together the submarine. You have it taken to the docks where at night a ghostly ship appears from the mist, and ghosts manage to hoist it up with chains. But you all have are any of you doing anything unusual before you jump on the ship with your employers? They're taking a bunch of real food with them, to eat, because they're not sure what the accommodations on the ship are going to be like. But yeah. Anybody? Foot High, are you? Well, you're working on the submarine. Tentacles, are you doing anything?
I will clean up the docks.
All right, so you're just scavenging, as you were wont to do. Crate, are you going to be doing anything before you jump on the ship?
Yeah, I'm going to see if we can scare up some scuba gear, just in case.
Okay, yeah. Networking, resources.
Yeah, I have contacting.
Yeah, contacting. Go ahead and give me a roll.
-2.
Okay.
So that comes out to -1.
All right. Well, no. No,
Great.
you cannot.
I start talking to people, and I'm just like, look, I have a water level coming up, and they just tune me out.
Yeah. You also realize you're gonna be at the bottom of the ocean. You don't know. You're not too sure scuba gear will work at that depth. But yeah.
I guess I'll just stick a crate on my head and hope for the best.
Yeah. Knight errant. You gonna be doing anything before you?
Yeah, I was trying to think of something that would be appropriate for my character. I just want to do additional research on what we're about to do. Like I don't know what the ocean version of Google Maps is, but I'm gonna look over the whole area. I'm gonna recheck the background of every single person that is involved in this job. See if there's anything weird in their background history.
Okay. Well, you don't have time to do all that. Like, what question
right.
do you want to answer the
I don't know.
most?
Just
Well,
log
like-
on to heretherebedragons.com and check the maps.
Give me the plot, Game Master. I will beat you until you give me plot.
Superficially, in a montage kind of way, my character's
Yeah.
doing that. Specific one actual question to ask, I guess. That's one question. Are we sure? Are we sure there aren't any hidden motives? The answer is probably no, I guess. But just wondering.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can give me a vigilante investigator check for that.
Okay.
Honestly, Ross's NPC quest givers have hidden motives so often I considered that we kill them right after they told us what the mission was.
So I roll the fudge dice
Wow.
and I get a 0, and then
Then you add
the
your
vig-
skill. Yeah.
yeah, which is 4. But then do I add something else because it's extraordinary tier, or does that only happen sometimes?
That only on opposed rolls. You only
Okay, on opposed rolls. All right.
yeah. So
So it's a 4.
So yeah, 4 at extraordinary tier though gives you better results. So
Okay.
one thing you kind of realize is they almost certainly do. Well, it's not that they don't have, you don't know what their agenda is. Like they want something in there. So it's not like they're deceiving you, they're not telling you.
Yeah.
These people are all ghosts. They, as far as you can tell, you've run their pictures on facial recognition databases. They don't pop up any there except a person of interest for certain cases of arson and murder.
But this time it's figurative ghosts.
Yeah, figurative ghosts.
All right.
I will say Lovelace, the quiet woman, the pale quiet woman, actually appears. You do recognize she has certain marks on her skin that to you actually are signs that she is actually a clone. She was grown in a vat.
All right.
So that kind of technology is well known enough that you could recognize that. But yeah, they're all ghosts. Bildungsroman is not an official ideal project. Dr. Infinity, there's not a whole lot known about him. He was one of the super scientists who used super soldier drugs to enhance his intellect, but he mostly built a lot of the infrastructure for the ideal and was involved in high science adventures, but they weren't very well publicized. So you don't know what he was very interested in space and deep space. So that's what you get with that level of results. But it's hard to get more, but that's all you can dig up in a day. And then finally,
Okay,
Crate,
sounds cool.
Crate already tried to get something. Arcana. Sorry.
Hey!
So I don't know how powerful my magic is, but could I prepare a spell that like makes something like a pressurized air bubble, just something that if the shit hits the fan, that could get us from the bottom of the ocean to the top of the ocean without dying? Is that something that I could sort of like keep in my back pocket just in case something goes wrong and we can't use the submarine to get back up?
Yeah, but that's a spell. You could just do that as a spell. That just takes you a few seconds to cast.
Okay.
So you don't have to do like Hedge Wizard had more powerful magic because he did ritual stuff, but like that's not how I built. That's how I built his character. I built your character, that way. So
Okay, all right. So
yeah.
Didn't know which was which, but
Yeah.
That was awesome thinking ahead, and in the crisis, you're clearly the one who's going to save us.
Yeah.
Right.
So y'all board the ship. It is a ye olden wooden sailing ship, but you as you board the ship on a pale under the pale moonlight, there are ghosts watching you, very spookily. Everyone give me a resolve check or willpower check.
Cool.
+4 extraordinary.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. All right, you're fine. Everyone needs to beat a +2 extraordinary, and if you just have resolve, that means it's a mundane tier, which means it would be a you'd have a -2 essentially. But
So I guess I got a -2.
okay, so you take 2 stress, 2 composure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Yeah, basically, you're on a haunted vessel that is crewed by the damned.
Yeah, I got a 1.
Okay, so that's 1 stress. Yeah, and you cannot get
5 extraordinary.
All right, yeah, it's fine.
So, did you have to pay real money for this custom skin? Because this is pretty sick, actually.
I once had a man on our ship that skinned his victims and turned them into sails. We keelhauled him because of his bad luck.
Yeah, one time I made a dude do jumping
Arr.
jacks in a jailbreak map because he wouldn't recite the Pledge of Allegiance backwards. I understand where you're coming from.
You're saying words.
Yeah, basically. Is the cast off. So you cast off, and you sail into the fog, and then it's foggy, and then it's foggy, and it's still foggy, and you can't see around you, and the sun has not come up, and you still have the moonlight.
I'm basically gonna hang out in the submarine because I feel better in that. It's got comforting screens and shit on it.
Okay, sure, yeah. You're in the submarine. Storm brewing after a while. So what? Yeah, what? So that's what you're doing. Foot high. Knight Errant. What about you?
I took 1 composure stress a little bit ago, but I don't want anyone to know about it. So I guess I'm just kind of looking steely-eyed, and I'm still trying to investigate people. Are the people that put us on the mission? They're not here with us, are they?
Oh yeah, they are actually.
Okay. Well,
You can talk to
checking
them.
them out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could do that, but if I do that, then I can't steely glance at them. No, I guess.
Well, you don't have access to the internet while you're on the open waters because you're
No,
not-
yeah.
So you can't
But,
really
like,
do any investigation other than talking to them.
Yeah, but detective work is everything in the scene is a clue, kind of a thing.
Okay, sure. All right, what are you trying to figure out? And who are you? You have to target a specific font. There are 4 of them. Carol's the one you've talked to. Lovelace is the one you know is the clone. There's also Miles and Ember.
Right. I guess I was having a conversation with Lovelace, and I know I'm not very good at this, so I'm gonna try to really kind of a quiet conversation. So clone, huh?
I suppose it was inevitable. Some of you would figure that out. Yes, I am.
So what's in it for you? This whole mission.
Project Bildungsroman relates to the reason I was created. So it's very personal for me. When we get there, I'm sure we'll have more. We'll find more information. We don't know.
Something connected to build-a-base technology itself.
I believe so. Yes.
All right.
I
can't really see anywhere else to go with that, so I guess
Okay.
I'll leave that there.
All right. So you just kind of a little awkward. Crate. What about you?
Crate is just walking through. No. All right, I know what I'm doing. You know how the ships rock back and forth, and sometimes badly secured cargo is rocking back and forth? Crate is sitting on a crate, steering it, and in kind of like a weird Mario Kart kind of path, because I am totally playing the mini game right now where you're in the cargo hold and you ride a crate and you pick up all the magical little fireballs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what I'm up to. I'm kind of useless at the moment.
All right. You're just having fun.
Yep.
Playing the Ghost Pirate level. It's fun.
Hey, the Ghost Pirate level comes before the water level. You got to have the levity while you can.
Oh yeah, no, clearly. You don't get a fate point for that, but I do like that.
Fair enough. I just wanted the fun of the image.
Oh yeah. No, you got to collect them all. There's all these collectibles you have to get.
Yep.
So let's see here. Arcan, have I asked you what you're going to do?
No. I mean, I don't have much to do. Maybe I'll talk to Miles. We haven't heard from him yet, and just sort of say, "Hey, ghosts, huh? So what's your angle here? Why do you want to go to this base?" Just sort of try to get information with him, starting small talk, enjoying the spoopy ghosts.
I was told from a very young age that ghosts were real, but that they were all because they were all sinners who were that they were here to eat consumer souls.
Huh?
I didn't see the sun for till I was 15.
That sucks, dude.
Yes, it does. But I can. I mean, I wish I could see it now. I don't like being on here, but I'm willing to do anything to find out why. Why?
Why what?
Why was I raised that way? Why would people do that to a child?
How were you raised? Where were you raised? Tell me more.
I was raised. I don't want to say their name, but you would call them a cult. They raised me underground, and I was raised to be. I was told about the real world, that I would have to go into it. There's the world of sinners, because I had to go and punish them. They raised me to be what you would call an assassin. But I escaped, and I saw the sun, and I liked it very much. I don't want to talk anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I pat him on the shoulder and I say, I
He
like.
kind of grabs your arm and just has a knife out at your face. I don't like being touched.
Sorry.
I know. Old habits die hard.
I'm listening to Vaporwave in the sub.
All right, yeah, the sub is you hear beeps and boops coming from the sub in the distance. Let's see here. Finally, tentacles.
Okay, first a declaration. You mentioned that it was foggy, so I'm going to remind you that I have a rating 3 extraordinary tier blind sensibility.
Mhm.
So I'm not surprisable in here. But
Sure. Well, I mean, you can see on the ship itself. It's just you can't see. Like the fog is like you can't see far out. Like you can't see daylight. Like you actually suspect that you're kind of not on the normal ocean. That you're navigating sort of a nether ocean, like the ghostly Atlantic Ocean. If that makes sense.
does my
That's
reach
cool.
extend far enough to notice if there are tentacles coming from the ocean up the side of the ship?
No, if there are tentacles, they are. I would say your senses do not break surface tension.
No, like, but if they come up out of the water, then yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they touch the ship, you would know.
We're very proprietary tentacles.
Fair enough.
And we are going to use our interdimensional scavenger skill. It has a trapping of insight plus zone. So I'm going to gain a supernatural insight into the motives of all of our ghosts. Maybe a potentially useful aspect from each.
Sure.
Okay, going for the roll. Oop, I'm not in dice rolling.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No!
And it comes out of 3.
All right. Yeah, with a 3, they are very quiet. There's not much of a disagreement or communications. They are not a hive mind or anything. But they are. They've done this so long that there's no question about how to do things, and they have nothing to talk about anymore.
It's like, they got ghost problems.
Yeah, they're. You get a sense of not quite ennui, but just weariness from a task that has been so long and is so much longer before they'll ever be able to rest. And there's some sort of rage deep underneath that would be really bad if it were to ever surface. So they're good to their word, unless you betray them, they're definitely going to do their absolute best to help you.
Right.
That's a good one to know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm guessing it's like,
Yeah.
how you doing? Like, still dead? Like, yep.
Yeah, if you try to talk to them, that's basically how it goes. Like you are welcome to talk to them, and they will just sort of they're too weary to be angry or annoyed at you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hunt rats.
All right. There's a ghost rat. You eat it. There's the ghost rat. You eat it. It's solid yet provides no substance.
It's like
Oh,
calorie-free
damn.
chocolate. This is amazing.
Yeah,
Marshmallows.
yeah, but you're actually getting hungrier eating it by hunting and eating it than just no matter how many times you eat it.
Oh, it just takes.
In fact, you noticeably you realize you're losing mass by eating it.
Mm. Classic ghost problem.
Yeah, no. The more you eat it, the more ghost-like you become, and you realize, oh, this is really cursed. I probably shouldn't eat these rats or anything of this ship, because again, cursed.
Yeah, if anyone wants to join me for actual snacks in the submarine, feel free.
Yeah. Your human employers are all very careful not to eat anything of the ship.
Right.
So, but yeah, after all of you eventually sleep. Your dreams are of the ocean, of a storm, of sinking, of drowning. It's very unpleasant.
Of Neptune filling our lungs with mud and.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's no more composure loss, but again, it's not great. And there is a storm that hits. All of you are ordered below decks except for Foot High Science Guy, who is lashed to your sub. Although the storm is bad enough that you have to like buckle yourself in. Yeah. Do you get seasick? You don't have to roll, Tom, but it's
No, I'm pretty much an aquatic creature, so I'm guessing I don't.
okay. I mean, it's just the back and forth of it. Yeah, but yeah, it's not great. And you do, but since you're above decks, the ghosts are too. They seem to be utterly. They utterly ignore the storm. They seem not to be affected by it. They are calmly walking about the decks. But there is something far in the distance looking at you. Oh no, that was just lightning. That was a trick of the eye.
Like,
Definitely not some Leviathan.
I'm thinking like, no. I saw this movie before.
But yeah, the rest of you are down below deck. It's very you're all holding on to something, I would imagine. How are the rest of you dealing with the storm? Let's see here. Crate, how are you dealing with the storm?
Oh, slippery controls. I friggin' hate these things.
Okay, fair enough. Knight Errant.
Steely-eyed, implacable determination.
Okay, you're just
Show
trying really hard.
I'm doing that stare into the middle distance thing a lot.
All right, yeah, no, fair.
Wooden ships and iron men.
Arcanon, what about you?
I think it's a little much for me. I throw up once, but as motion sick people know, once you throw up once, you feel a little better. So I'm just sort of,
Yeah.
Unless it's supernatural motion sickness or extra dimensional motion sickness.
Fair point.
Well, fortunately, that's what Tentacles Portal is for.
Yeah. Tentacle's doing okay.
I have mostly withdrawn into my portal, and I am communing with the Great Mind and trying to pretend that I don't exist on this shitty little planet.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Hey, that's not that shitty. We've got water parks.
All right.
You have no basis for comparison.
Water parks.
So, eventually, the storm passes, and the waters are calm again, and the fog parts, and you're on the open ocean, and the moon is there, and you are over the captain. You hear a bell, which means you're all to assemble, on the main deck. And the captain says, we be over the spot you want. I can sense it in me bones that we are right above the site where your treasure be hiding. If you're aboard it, we will simply leave this chain, and this chain will be attached to a bell, and ring it if there's ring it once if you're coming up, or ring it twice if there be trouble, or if there's any other signals you want. But that is how we operate. We don't have your fancy radios or other such nonsense. Use
I
the
ring
bell.
it twice experimentally.
Yeah. So
Well, if you want a radio, I could probably install one.
no, which is
The bell should be fine.
yeah. So you can rig it so that you can ring the bell from inside the submarine, so you don't have to go out there. But yeah, it's a very large. Your sub is large enough for all of you, although it will be pretty cramped. You and your employers. So all of you file in, and they lower you into the water. And Foot High Science Guy is piloting as the water gets. Well, it's already dark, and it gets pitch black very soon. And you're just going down, down, down.
Now, Ross, our employers, and forgive me for not being able to track everything, but we've got Dr. Infinity, Lovelace, and Carol. Is that it?
No. Dr. Infinity was the scientist.
He's not with us.
Yeah, he is.
He built all this stuff. All right.
Your four employers.
Carol, Lovelace, Miles, and Amber.
Yep.
And hey, I can see in total darkness.
Well, there's nothing. Well, there's occasionally a fish.
I'll be like, ooh, fish.
Yeah, they get weirder the deeper you go. But after 2 hours of descending, we're not going to worry too much about the bins or any of that shit. Because comic book.
Well,
stuff,
actually,
right?
again, I can actually survive at the bottom of the ocean, but everyone else might have trouble.
Yeah, no, we're not going to worry about that because it's a super science sub. It's fine.
Pressure correction was
We'll have
Kelly
plenty of
designed
other
for.
problems to worry about, I'm sure.
Yeah. So you get down there, and you follow the procedures, which is send out this signal. You'll see lights align your sub on this airlock. Perform the do this, and your sub will be hooked on to the airlock, and it's just you open the door and you'll be inside. So do you just do that, or are you going to do anything before you the airlock is the only thing above the ground, so you look at it and it's just like a small, a fairly large
Is it like a door on the ocean floor?
yeah, well, it's like a room, like a box above the ocean floor. You could tell that's one room above the ground, and they built the rest of it underground. So
A box.
Yeah,
A box underwater.
Yeah, like a
Box
metal room kind of.
A metal crate.
Yeah. Basically, you're going
Metal crate.
Yeah.
I kind of want my character to have a different skill all of a sudden, but I don't know if there's a way. I don't know if there's anything on my sheet that I can spend a skill or spend a fate point to do this, but I want to be able to predict the thing that's going to go wrong. Not like who or what, everything else. Just like something's about to go wrong, obviously. But I don't know what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
You're only saying that because it's
Do you have an aspect that you could tag for effect?
Yeah, that's the question.
Like one you could make an argument would do that?
Yeah, something prophetic, can see the future, precognitive, psychic.
Or like a veteran with the experience to see it coming?
Yeah, that would work too.
Profiteering hero maybe works. I mean, you can't profiteer if you're dead.
No, that's
The
not.
Just
ghost pirates
experience.
tend to beg to differ.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah. So
With you.
yeah, so you open the door. It goes into a standard Build-A-Based airlock, room. As you all know, the Build-A-Based stuff is modular, and this is ought to be standard. But actually, no. With anybody with investigate can make a check as you look into this first room.
Hooray!
well, let's do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Does Arcana work to look for anything magical if it's there, or is that not exactly what Arcana does?
Arcana is knowledge of occult and magic stuff.
Okay.
So not investigating for clues per se, but if you had a magical artifact, you could figure out what it was. Or
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is notice applicable?
Yeah, notice is fine.
I got four superhuman.
I got a 4 regular.
Okay. Those of you who get at least a +2. It sounds like those who've made checks did.
Yeah, I got like a 4.
I don't really have investigate. I have like research. It's not quite the same thing.
Nope. Yeah. There's definitely investigate. So, the quality, the
I'm
air.
an investigator. Can I just be an investigator and investigate?
Yeah, that's
sorry
why I
for
said
interrupting.
investigate. Like
Okay, well, it's okay, fine.
it has.
I
has
got it.
notice.
Sorry.
It has notice. I think.
Okay.
Should have notice. I don't-
Sorry, go ahead.
Just so you know, yeah, it has examine. Examine would work.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Examine or notice. So, what you realize is actually the smell. All of you have been in build-a-bases that have been, locked up for a while, and they all have a very particular smell of that stale recycled air or that stale air. This is not. This air is fresher, but there's also some other scents in there, and including a peculiar kind of chemical smell, like slightly ozone-ish. But those of you who make your check realize that is a common smell of someone activating. A common side effect of someone activating psychic abilities. There's kind of like an arc electricity, that cool electrical aura that people get when they're really charging up a powerful psychic ability.
The over 9,000 power up.
Yeah, a little bit like that. And that it smells
Yeah.
like so somebody recently within the last year was in this room and used a powerful psychic ability, which means to you, someone's been in here since after Ragnarok. Which means someone beat you to the punch in here.
Which means it's not safe at all. Not that it was going to be.
Yeah, that's true. Also, the inner door seems to be unlocked. It is closed, but as soon as you close the outer door, close your. I assume everybody's going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you close the outer door, actually, one of your employers, Lovelace, will stay in the submarine. She as a backup in case something goes wrong. But the other 3 employers will be there, so she will stay there monitoring you all. Well, she's monitoring the other employers through little headsets that they have with little embedded video cameras. So the inner door opens and you go to a larger entry room, and the lights power on. And is somebody playing Animal Crossing?
Oh yes, sorry. I had my. Oh fuck! Right. Yes. Sorry. It was off to the side. Yeah. Sorry.
No worries. And you're in Animal Crossing. That's the secret of the base. It's a nice little village under the ocean. No,
Better than Skyrim.
yeah,
We got
Hey,
to get
Ross.
some good rates for our turnips.
yeah.
Ross, you know what I have in my box?
What?
Raymond.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I would have also accepted turnips. But there are looks like there's 2 ways. Looks like there's one. There's some turrets that were here, but they've been destroyed. There's a sealed door to your left, and then there is a passage leading further deeper into the base. Well, actually, by the way, there's actually stairs leading down. So and then you come. So the main level is just 1 story underground, under the surface of the ocean, if that makes sense. And so, from a cursory investigation, it looks like the base raiders who beat you there went straight ahead. They did not bother with the door on the left. Your employers are looking at that, and they're hacking an access panel to sort of figure out what's going on. But what do you want to do? Do you want to wait for them to do that, or?
Just a question. What's like the decoration and theme of this? Because like people tend to customize this shit, right? Or is this just like default textures on the walls and floors and?
It is
such?
default. This is very minimalist, which gives you to say this is something. This is probably a remotely operated facility. There's probably not many people staying here. It could have been more of an archive or storage facility rather than like a lived-in base.
Interesting.
So after a minute, they say, "Look, we really need to get by this door on the left. There's it's not the payload we're looking for, but it'll have an overview of the project.
So what can I do with presence?
That's a social skill. That's like
Right.
charisma, persuading groups of people to do what you want.
Okay. So I'd like to try to presence check our employers to get them to level with us now. We're here. We're in the thing. Okay. What are we really here to do?
Okay. Well, since go ahead and make the check.
+0. Presence 3.
All right, with a 3, that's
So,
enough.
3.
So with a 3, Carol sighs. Oh, well, since you're here, each of us was raised in a facility like this, some sort of bunker or base. Miles here was raised by a cult to be an assassin. Ember was raised to fight in gladiatorial matches for the wealthy, to be viewed by the wealthy and bet on by them. Lovelace was grown in a vat as part of an experiment and raised by a computer. I was raised essentially to be farmed for organs when I came of age. But we all escaped.
That's terrible.
Yes, it is.
I try vaguely for empathy. That is terrible.
Yeah.
Is there another one of you down here?
No, what we all escaped and we found each other, and but then as we grew up and we've lost some others. There were more. We realized there were more of us, and then over time, especially after Ragnarok, we build-a-base technology became publicly known, and we realized all of our bunkers that we'd grown up in were built using that technology, and we started researching it, and we found, after a very lengthy investigation, that Dr. Infinity had something called Project Bildungsroman, and essentially gave this technology to the groups that raised us. And we want to know why. Why would someone who was supposed to be a hero give that kind of technology to people to raise us to be disposable things for their own uses? And there's others.
Yeah.
So,
all right, I'm invested out. I'm interested in the mystery for its own sake now. Let's figure this out.
So you're all protagonists in search of the author.
I don't.
I don't mean that as a judgment call. Just
Well, that beyond this left door is a conference room where he met with people. Dr. Infinity pitched his project to people essentially to trade and give out the technology. We believe that the data for this presentation would explain his motives for doing it. But the main, so we need to. I think we can. So if you could get through this vault door here, we get some of the information we're looking after. But the rest of we want the secrets of Project Bildungsroman. But like it starts here with this vault door. If you could just get it open.
Can I teleport to the other side of the door? Move my portal?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
All right, you do that.
I withdraw into my portal and disappear from sight, and that's all they know.
All right, let's see here. There are make a dodge check.
while that's happening, can I just set down the crate I have and smash it and take out a security breaker and toss it to inch high or foot high?
Okay. So they got the equivalent of. Sorry, I need to figure this out. So far, 2, 2, 4. Yeah. All right. What'd you get on your roll? This would be 4 superhuman.
My dodge is a 0 mundane.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is gonna really fucking hurt then.
Can I resist damage?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I have that. At
Yeah, you could dodge. Sorry, you could have
extraordinary.
dodged for resist damage. So yeah.
Okay.
Missile turrets are already deployed, and they they're very quick.
Oh my lord.
Do you have a fate point to spend?
Now's the time for
I
fate
will
points.
spend a fate point to reroll.
Okay.
Oh,
Slightly less bad.
really not a lot better.
All right.
I'm gonna live with that one. So I get a 1 extraordinary.
Okay. So that would be 6. That would be 8 damage. 8 stress. As you get pummeled by plasma bolts.
Okay. I
You can also
will
have weapon
take
2 on
a
that.
severe consequence.
Mm-hmm.
It's a plasma bolt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cauterized.
Yeah, cauterized, and that. Do you want to have that as an ongoing
lose the
disrupt, or
tentacles?
have me just lose an ability right now?
You could choose to lose the ability, or I could just give you -2s on rolls until you get it treated or reduced. And basically, it's a free. I can compel it whenever I want without giving you a fate point.
Like lemon.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm cauterized, and you can compel that.
Yeah. So you have some cauterized tentacles. I'll let you teleport
and I'll
back.
take 2 stress.
Yep. You teleport back, and yeah. So he teleports back. He disappears and reappears with a sizzling cauterized tentacle, probably making some really high-pitched squealing sounds of pain.
A
Looks like you
stink
met with-
of cooking calamari.
Yeah.
Looks like you met with stiff opposition.
Yeah, there's a plasma turret battery aimed right at the vault door. So
Good to know. Thanks.
yeah,
for the
so
insight.
Crate, you have your security breaker.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll
see.
just hand it off to Foot High.
Okay, but you can give me a science check if you want. Tom?
Yep.
We're trying to open the door, right?
Yeah, but there's plasma turrets right behind it.
Right. Now that we know that, should we maybe like clear the area so that we're not in its field
Oh
of
yeah,
fire or
yeah. You
whatever?
could all back up so that they
Okay.
won't have line of
Yeah,
sight.
let's
on
do
you.
that.
Okay.
All right, let's do that.
That's 3D. That's 3 superhuman.
All right, that's enough to open the door. All right, none of you can see. None of you are. You're all around the corners, so none of you can see the plasma turrets right now. So what are you going to do to get past them?
That's a great question.
Now that I know where they are, can I teleport to behind them?
If you spend a fate point, you can push your range long enough to get behind them, but you don't know if they can. Actually, give me a. Do you have a notice skill or alert?
Yes. Yes.
All right, so you could use that to see if can they rotate.
Okay. Notice. Come on, baby. So it's a 3 at
All right.
extraordinary.
Yeah, they look like they could spin it around 360.
You can try to. Well.
However, you did see the conference room itself.
If there was 2 of you, only one might get shot at a time. No, never mind.
But with your 3 extraordinary, you did get a picture of the entire room in there. So there is a conference room with a big holographic display in the center, lots and chairs, and also like teleporter pads. If you spend a fate point, you could teleport to the chair on the far end of the room, which would be blocking line of sight, so the plasma turrets couldn't see you. If they can't see you, you assume they wouldn't just open fire on you. That chair would provide very little cover if they did, but you don't know how they're programmed. You don't know if the plasma turrets are willing to damage the room or not. So that's the thing. It's up to the base builder. So if you make make a teleport roll, you could teleport behind the chair, and but you'd be stuck behind the chair.
And where would that get me? That's the question.
Yeah. There's holographic displays, there's computers, there's a computer with the holographic display there, but you'd have to spend some time hacking it to get the data out of it. Foot High Science Guy, you could test your invisibility, your stealthiness to see if you can sneak in there and hack it.
You know me, I like to sneak.
Yeah. So this is going to be an opposed check, and if you fail, it's going to be really bad.
But being small does help.
Yeah.
Can I
it does.
assist?
How would you assist?
Well, I stand up from the crate that I've been sitting on,
Mhm.
and I'll just slide a crate in front of the door while he's going in there to provide a secondary target.
Okay. Sure. I'll give Tom. You don't even have to roll for that. You get an additional +2 because of the distraction.
That is a 6.
Okay. It's superhuman tier.
Yep.
All right. That beats their 3 superhuman tier. So
Just crawling on all fours, scuttling along the floor like fuck.
yeah, they're like heavy plasma cannons. They incinerate you real quick.
I'm
Good
gonna look in awe at the technology, but just that's awesome, and would fry my ass.
Yeah. So what? You have access to the room now. Where are you heading towards? I did describe it a second ago. Do you want me to re-describe it, Tom?
Could I? Just one last time.
Okay. There's plasma turrets on the ceiling. There's a big conference table in the middle of the room. There's a holographic display in the middle of the conference table with a computer on it. And then there's chairs all around it. And there are teleporter pads on the left and right side of the room.
I guess I could try the holographic computer on the table.
Okay, you get there. What do you want to do?
See if I can access that computer.
Okay. Do you want a fate point?
Yes, because I'm out of them.
Okay. Go and give me your science. Give me your super science roll.
4.
Okay. You get the information, but the computer turns on. The plasma turrets swing on you. They are looking for you. They're not sure that you're there, but if you move, you do realize that motion would trigger them. So you're stuck there. If you move, you're going to have to make a dodge check.
I'm just going to go, hey, guys. Little help. I can't move.
Arknight, don't step back.
Okay.
And then I reach behind Arknight and I pull the crate that's been behind him away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are you just going to pull a crate out from behind someone's ear at some point?
I mean, basically.
If I get a fate point, yes, I will. And then
are you going to try and do the same thing?
You know what? I'm going to compel my aspect of average guy in over his head or not.
Okay.
And I'm just going to jump in front of the doorway to draw the target.
With yourself. Okay.
And hold
sure.
the crate, but yes.
All right.
Like a hero.
They have learning AI. So that's what Crate is doing. Sorry.
Can I compel other forms of life are worth preserving because they generate salvage and jump in front of Crate?
Sure, you get a fate point.
Yes.
Now because you're both compelling it, you're both going to have to make checks because these plasma turrets will just go right through you. So like, it's a noble gesture. Let's see here. So the first one against tentacles is a 2 superhuman.
Okay.
And you're going to be making that with a -2 to your roll because cauterized tentacle. Ow! Oh no, you're off balance.
All right. I actually looked at my sheet and I found that I do have dodge.
Okay.
So my dodge is a 1 superhuman after that penalty you gave me.
Okay.
And what's the attack against me for?
2. So that would be 1 point of damage. But they have weapon 2, so that would make it weapon 3. That would make it 3 stress.
I will spend a fate point on I've learned how to think like a snail and withdraw myself into my protective shell, so to speak, to avoid the attack. So that's +2.
Yeah, you do that. Let's see here. Crate, go and give me the same roll. Give me a roll. You need to beat a 2 superhuman.
Okay, so tactical crate movement allows me to clip through walls. Would it be possible for me to dodge by clipping through a wall?
No, because these are solid. You can't. There'd be nothing to clip through.
That's right. I would drown. That's not a good idea.
No.
Yeah, I'll.
I think you can parry with a crate.
Well, I can also just whip the crate at it, but I don't think I have crate parry.
Let's see here. I think you have some sort of defensive skill to dodge or something.
I think it's just tactical crate. Oh yeah, it's tactical crate movement. See through
Dodge.
the pattern of enemy attacks. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah.
Mhm.
It's all right. I played Toho.
Yep. You just need to beat a 2.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong channel. Oh, sorry. 1 sec.
No worries.
Tactical crate movements. That comes out to +6 superhuman.
All right. Yeah, you dodge quite well. So you get your fate point. I will say, yeah. And Foodhai, you have enough time to get away. So you scurry back. So you have the data now, and you can all watch it. So,
All right, it's movie time.
So
All
Dr.
right.
Infinity appears on a little on your screen on Tom's Foodhai Science Guy's little computer as a little hologram. It says, "Greetings, participant of Project Bildungsroman. I am glad. I am getting an echo from somebody. I don't know. So I am so glad you're able to participate in this great project. I have gotten many people from many ideologies who, for various reasons, have wanted to create their own society or to create their own population, raising children, sometimes from birth, sometimes from a very young age, no older than 2, with starting participants, and raising them until they become adults or until whatever purpose you see fit for them in a closed off location, indoctrinating them or educating them as you see fit. And there are no judgments here on how you use them, because the goal in Project Bildungsroman is beyond the loss of any one group of people. It is for the greater good of humanity. The ultimate goal is to create enough data to create a stable system to raise a community of humans in any environment with the right level of technology that are able to work together and stay together for extended periods of time, for generations if need be. My initial goal was to create a system to educate and raise people for generation arc ships, because freezing people for centuries or thousands of years or tens of thousands of years to travel the universe to colonize the rest of the universe turned out to be long-term hyperstasis, had many side effects. So I thought, what if a generation arc ship would work better? The other reason, as we have gained access to interdimensional technology, we may have to restart human society. This Earth may be lost, in which case we will need if only one member of the ideals escapes, they must have all the tools necessary to restart society. And that means they need massive amounts of data so that computers and machines can do most of the grunt work of raising people, and to understand dynamics in these sort of environments. Every group provides useful data of how long the children accept the ideology of the group, how often they escape, when do they rebel, and that sort of thing. So we have been so this is why I've made no judgments, and I've reached out to so many people to use it for however you want, and because ultimately all of your work, as long as you continue to contribute data to Bildungsroman, I will support you, because ultimately it is more important for the future of our species that I complete this project rather than the short-term tragedy that some may perceive, those who are too cowardly for the pursuit of true and objective science. So if you wish to continue, at this point, Carol throws up and the other 2 back away
So
from
it's
it.
like a recording?
Yeah, it's a recording.
Hey there, Dr. Infinity. So you can't hear me, but hey there, Dr. Infinity. I think your reach has exceeded your grasp.
Yeah, Dr. Infinity disappeared a year ago along with the rest of the ideals.
Yeah.
So
I'm just
Yeah.
kind of talking to the wind. I'm just saying, I think you went a little too far here, guy.
yeah.
More than somewhat.
Like, this is why you hire a mad sociologist or a mad ethicist to work on your project. Or you get somebody from the mad humanities department.
Yeah, but it looks like he was just wanting lots of data to see what happens when you take 100 children, lock them in a bunker, and raise them with whatever ideology you want. So,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
I don't see how that was going to work. If everyone has conflicting ideologies, I don't see how that was going to save humanity, but whatever.
Well, it was just to get data. Like, if they're raised in this way and they rebel after X amount of years or X amount of generations, then that's useful data. Then obviously,
A waste of good
It's
metal.
yeah.
Carol was the one who's throwing up?
Yeah.
All right. I popped the lid off the crate I'm holding.
Yeah.
It's empty. I just set it in front of her and I pat her back and I hold her hair because I'm going to roll empathy to console her.
Okay. Yeah, she is not great to hear that they're basically guinea pigs for
lab rats.
Yeah. So somebody can figure out how to do generation arc ships.
I got a 3.
Yay.
Yeah.
I got a 3 to console her.
Yeah, she is she recovers quickly enough. We were taught in my bunker, there were over 200 kids. We were all girls, and we were told to be obedient and docile and to listen to our elders. And then they were going to, when we were 16, they were going to harvest our organs and cut off our skin so that aging celebrities could look younger.
I don't have anything to say to that. That is genuinely awful. I am glad you're out of it.
I cut my face so that my skin wouldn't be valuable.
I honestly can't fault your logic and your self-determination.
Most of us died. So we need the rest of that data. We need to know how many other bunkers are out there.
Yeah.
There could be other kids trapped out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are going to need therapy.
Yeah. So, all of you proceed down the main hallway, I assume.
Yeah, indeed.
All right. So, are you taking any precautions? Are you going to send a scout for it, or are you just marching in?
Before we leave this scene, can I tag my signature aspect of created from strange and otherworldly materials, like self-regenerating materials?
Because
of my consequence.
Yeah. I will give you make a roll. Let's see here. Let's see here. Withdrawing into the portal.
Okay, and that's a -2. I'm going to spend a fate point to reroll.
Okay.
There we go. So that's a 5 total.
All right. You beseech the great mass, and you pull your wounded cauterized tentacle into the portal for a bit, and when it comes out, it's covered in goo. That is healing goo. You can downgrade that into a moderate consequence.
All right. Praise be the mass.
So, yeah. That is, of course, that you won't be able to downgrade it further this adventure. That particular consequence. Severe consequences, take a while to heal.
Yep.
So, all right, yeah, okay, yeah. So, going down the main hallway, where the data is. Does anybody else? How are you tackling this? Are you sending a scout? Are you all going in?
So this is
I'll
just
just roll
all
examine on it.
down the stairs, right?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'd just like to, if it's not appropriate, that's fine. But if you say this, I'd like to just roll examine on it.
Sure. You can look down the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, watching that video is catch your breath and regain your stress, right?
Yeah. Anybody
So-
who lost stress during the scene is fine. Consequences stay though.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So it's 5 at extraordinary tier to examine.
Okay.
well.
You smell some more of that
She's more than
ozone-y
that.
kind of smell.
It's more than that.
So you're guessing that the psychic who was here before you used his powers down this hallway.
Okay. Psychic user powers on the highway. Okay. So we're following in the path of the potentially dangerous psychic. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. You do see actually just another destroyed plasma turret. So looks like they disabled any defenses ahead of you.
Right. So they're more dangerous than plasma turrets. I don't know, we should just proceed in the hallway like as careful as we can. Some kind of military approach to it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I could try to sneak in.
Slowly. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to send Foot High by himself, or do you want to all go?
I could sneak
Foot
with.
high. You wouldn't happen to have a spare drone or something, would you?
I could probably whip one up here in a second.
Do you have any fate points left?
I have one now.
Well,
Foot
yeah.
High is a drone.
Yeah, you could send your little drone in. Give me a science check.
I'm gonna science the shit out of this.
Yeah.
That's a 3.
Okay. What kind of so aside from video camera and you can watch it.
Video and audio.
Video and audio. I'll give you one other feature. What sensor do you want on it other than that?
Taser.
Or
Scent.
you could give it a taser, I guess. Yeah, you can give it one other feature. What other feature do you want?
I suggest scent.
Silent.
You want it to be silent. Okay. All right. So you send it in. It is silent, but and not deadly.
Hey!
Hey.
Wow. Humor.
All right. It looks like it is safe. All the plasma turrets are gone. The main archive there's a supercomputer there. It's been opened up and the terminal is accessed. And you don't see anybody. It looks like it's just open.
Huh. Well, that could either be really good or really shitty.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
So who wants to go in?
I've still got 4 fate points. I'll go in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I gotta go search for audio logs. I'll go with.
All right. So Night Errant, is anybody not going in? All right. You're all going in. You're just like, all right, it's fine. All right.
It's obviously not fine, but we have to move forward.
All right. That's definitely a way of looking at it. All right. Let's see here. Tentacles. You were going down the hallway. You're going down the hallway. And then the tunnel's a lot narrower. And then it's more like concrete. Boy, my air conditioner just turned on. I don't know if you can hear that. It's very loud.
Kind of
Yeah.
sounded like a train or like a haunting melody from another room for a second.
Yeah, it wasn't working earlier, and I really hope that they fixed it last time they looked at it. It doesn't sound like they did. So I'll have to deal with that after the game. It's fine. So anyway, so Tentacles, you're running it. The tunnel's actually narrower, and it's concrete, and you're running, and there's someone up ahead of you. There's it looks like a teenage boy in a suit, and he's holding your hand, which is a human hand, and he's urging at you to escape. And you're almost out of there. You're almost out of it. They can't complete the blood games anymore if you two just escape. And you're running. So go ahead and give me
Willpower?
yeah, you can give me a willpower.
Two extraordinary.
Okay, we'll come back to you. And let's see here. I'll just go and give a roll for the thing. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. Tentacle. Arcanon. You're in a some sort of altar. There's a robed figure in a silvery golden robe that is lying dead with a knife in his back. There is a handsome teenage girl who is urging you to go with her. And you want to go. If you just go through the side door, you can get to the surface world that they've heard before. And you really want to go and get out of here before it's too late, before the guards come, because when you killed the high priest, they must have heard. Go and give me a resolve check.
Okay. Yep. So. -2.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
So great. You're in a underground river or some sort of channel or something like that. You're both swimming. You hear gunshots behind you. Bullets hit the water around you. There's your younger sibling, brother, then your younger and your older sister, and you're all swimming to each other, trying to hold on, and you just have to go. You're almost there. You can see the light ahead. Give me a willpower save.
Okay.
Huzzah!
That comes out to a +1.
Okay. We'll get back to you. And let's see here. Let's see how's it going. Knight Errant.
Yeah.
You're at the elevator. It's almost it's almost coming to you. It's almost there. There are two young boys, teenage boys. They're both very handsome. One is a rebel and one is the leader. And they've both been vying for your affection, but they're holding the door shut so the robot guards can't get through. And they're urging you to escape and tell everyone about the Hexagon games. They need to know the truth. And you just have to escape. Give me a resolve check.
Oh, resolve. Okay.
Yeah. Willpower or resolve.
Okay. That was not great. That would be a 0.
Okay. Let's see here. I think let's see here. Only foot high is left, right?
Yep.
Foot high. Let's see here. Your the barracks are on fire. Everything's on fire in your underground society. You thought what was the sun was just a giant light affixed to a cavern wall above you, but there's a secret passageway you can go through. All the other kids are urging you to escape so you at least can see the above world. So you need to give me a resolve check, because you just need to get out.
Well, when you put it that way.
Well,
That's 3.
okay. All right. We were looking for a 4 godlike to beat
Well,
that.
fuck you!
Sorry, I gave you the illusion of possible success.
You're a monster.
Can we
Yeah.
all still spend
I'm glad I
fate
didn't burn
points?
fate points.
Use
I'm
aspect.
glad
Well,
I-
here's what happens. You all realize you're in the submarine, and
Yeah.
you've already left the base by the time you all come to. And you stop the submarine. You just pulled away from it, and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?" And your employers are there too, and they are not having a good time. They did not. Ooh boy.
It affected them much worse.
Yeah. They're just kind of catatonic, not quite catatonic, but they're 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
You if you think about it, you can actually remember more of what you were feeling and experiencing.
But do I want to?
Yeah, I don't know. So, what do you want to do?
Well, okay, so there's a psychic trap of some kind there. That when you walk into it, it puts you into somebody else's memory. It affected our employers worse because they've lived through it.
But is it
How do we
now
disable-
sprung?
Wow, I think it's an ongoing effect. I'm guessing. but that's
Arcana, you can
my
actually
sense.
make a spell to detect psychic energy.
Cool.
Can I make a spell just to detect it, or can I make a spell to like block off the psychic trap, or like resist
Detecting it will be a lot easier than countering it.
Sure. Okay.
So we'll know if it's there, and we'll know, and hopefully, if it's a good detector, we'll know how bad it is.
Okay. So I will. Self-taught wizardry. Yes. Okay. I will make a roll. I'll try to do a psychic detection spell.
Okay.
I got a 0 on that. Maybe.
No, you didn't. Like that's your roll. You
yes.
have to. Yeah.
No. But I added +4. I got a full -4 on my roll and added a 4 to it, and it still got 0. I rolled as poorly as one could.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I didn't see that you added the 4 to it. All right, yeah.
Maybe I'll use a fate point to re-roll that.
Yeah. That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, -4 roll is pretty bad. There we go. 3.
Okay. So with that, you realize that one, you have a sense of what happened. The base raider who went in here before you was a powerful psychic, and he wanted to figure out what was not good with computers. So he used his psychic powers to just sort of object read all the data. And it was overwhelming because he activated all the memories of all of these different bunker projects, and apparently they're so it's just kind of a psychic aura that sort of permeates the base now.
So it's an accidental trap?
Yeah, he kind of got evaporated himself. He got overloaded, and now it's just a repeating loop of all of these narratives of all of these teens in there. So yeah, that's really fucked up and weird. So you have to do something to negate it or short it out. So if you have does anybody else have any let's see here, foot high science guy, you can give me a science roll because you know about all kinds of psychic bullshit.
I do. That's a 2 superhuman.
Okay. Well, the easiest way is to get a very powerful psychic here to sort of counter psychic it. But that would be, you'd have to, you're in the middle of the fucking ocean. It would be kind of hard to get them.
I mean, I'm sure I could set up a satellite call.
Yeah, but getting them there and agreeing to help and blah 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 blah. That would be the other thing, is to go in there and kind of wear it down by countering the narratives. It's basically telling you to escape, to leave. So if you all go in there and willing to risk some psychic damage yourself, you might overwhelm it by just countering the narrative.
Which stress chart is that on? Composure, I guess?
Yep. Composure.
Okay.
I've got composure armor, so I'd be more than willing to repeatedly keep watching the cutscenes from the various levels.
Well, it's not just watching the cutscenes. It's basically like it's telling you
you're
to leave,
immersed.
so you have to basically accept that you're in this psychic narrative, and then be like, no, we must stay. Whatever happens, you can't escape, no matter how bad it gets. And if you stay long enough, the psychic trap will break down, because it can't deal with that dissonance. So, yeah.
Like
so this is more of a role-playing thing. So, so as GM, I'll step back and say each of you can describe what your YA dystopian psychic memory is, and then how do you counter that? Yeah. But yeah, that would be the thing. How do you stay? How do you, or you finally seen the truth and you have to escape, and then no, you can't.
All right.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, just so the one you sort of gave me. I mean, you probably just came up with it off the top of your head, but let's go with it. So I guess I had just killed the high priest.
Mm-hmm.
And some girl was there, and we were supposed to escape and sort of.
Okay, so all right, well, you head back in.
I head back in.
Redock the submarine. You walk back in there, and you trigger, and you walk back into the aura, and suddenly you're there.
Yeah.
And so now what happens? What do you do?
Well, I say, I mean, now, we have to stay now that I've killed the high priest. I can become the high priest, and we can make everything better for everyone.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What do you want to roll for that?
Let's see.
You can roll empathy because you have that.
I do have empathy at least, yes. So let's roll that and hope it goes okay.
No.
I got a 3.
All right. Now your superpowers don't work in your psychic narrative, but your talking does, and you're talking to the guards and explaining to them that you'd be a better leader, and this is why. So you take 3. Actually, I'll say you can take up to you can add up to 3 to your success. So basically, this is a group thing, but you're going to be taking 3 composure damage.
Sure.
But yeah, so you've added 3 to it. So that's what Arcannon is doing. So who wants to go next?
I'd love to.
Sorry, who was that?
Tentacles.
Tentacles. All right, Tentacles. You go in there. You're running in the narrow tunnel again with the handsome boy, who's non-threatening, and definitely you may have a crush on, and you're definitely a teenage girl in this. Yeah. So, or a boy. I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. So as we're running, the skill I'm going to use is Interdimensional Scavenger. I'm going to gain insight into the psychic illusion I'm a part of to better foil it.
Okay.
So as we're running, we realize that there are things that we need, and we stop and we grab things and we pick things up, and we keep running, but we keep picking more and more things up. Eventually, we have so much that we can't move on, and we realize that that's happiness.
Okay, give me that roll. All right, the insight will psychic insight would work.
Okay, 0 on the fate dice, so that is a 3 extraordinary.
All right, you can take up to 5 composure damage and add up to 5 to your group successes. Now you don't know how many you need total, but I'll let you decide.
I will take 2 composure damage.
All right, so you're now at 5 successes, I believe. Yes. Yeah, as your instinct to be scavenging and hoarding fights against that. The teenage boy, it's like, why do I want to scavenge so much? This isn't what happened. I don't understand. I just want to pick up these shiny things and hoard them and eat them. I don't. We have to escape and see the surface. Very good. Let's see who wants to go next.
I'll go.
All right.
I have
great.
an absurd dystopia in mind.
Yeah.
For some reason, there was a bunch of people who were like, what if society was run by dogs? And then we had to cater to the whims of the dogs and interpret the wills of the dogs. Kind of like in a weird pseudo-Anubis worship type thing. And hunky boy protagonist and handsome girl protagonist love interest were just like, we have to get out. We cannot live in dog world. We cannot be beholden to the fate of these dogs.
Okay. So,
and I'm just like, they're dogs. Let's pet them. This is awesome.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Dr. Infinity didn't give these things to all winners.
Yeah, no, fair. He was there had to be some variables.
People escape from dog world pretty quick.
Yeah, he was go ahead and give me, what do you want to roll for that?
I was gonna say empathy.
Yeah, go give me empathy.
But that's a 1.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Yeah, Crate didn't get the winning scenario.
Some would argue he did.
But yeah, that's just a 1 total.
Okay, so you take 1 composure, you add 1 to the group success. I think it's at 6 now. I
have armor for composure. So does that mean I take 0 composure?
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'll just add 1 to the success and kind of stand around awkwardly in this hallucination petting a dog.
Yeah, very good. Like you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can go.
Hmm?
I had a couple of questions. Mechanic questions first. Because I wasn't sure. First of all, I took one composure stress way back when the ship was ghosty. Was that a different scene, or do I still?
Because it's a
composure
haunted
stress?
special thing. Normally it would, but because it's
Yeah.
haunted special things, you keep it. Because spooky
Okay,
ghosts.
so I'm stuck with it. All right, so I got the one stress. What am I eventually going to roll in this case to try to?
It depends
not
on how you
freak out or
role play it.
whatever?
I'll let
Resolve, I
you be.
guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Resolve would be fine.
So, okay, so there was something with an elevator. But anyway, we're gonna kind of. I'm just gonna remind. They say we have to get out. I'm gonna remind them that that, and it's definitely a hellscape. You know, it's like whatever kind of place Bartleby was in once. It's bad, but there is a trick. There is a special place we can go and we can hide. It's kind of a Diary of Anne Frank kind of thing. There's somewhere under the boards, some place we have a small space, really cramped. Kind of it kind of sucks, but it's just like this is our freedom. Like it's not much, but you're in there and you go theater of the mind. You do whatever you got to do.
So you
carve on
crawl into
walls,
the
you mix
boiler
paintings.
Okay. Yeah, you go into
Right.
a furnace room. It's very hot. It's very uncomfortable, and it's
Yeah,
like
but
the surface. And the two hot teenage boys are like, we should escape. It's so uncomfortable and miserable here. And you're like, no, it's better to be here where it's
this
terrible.
is Closet Land.
Yeah, it's closet land.
Yeah,
It's
this is Closet Land.
it's
You
but
gotta-
it's
you gotta-
miserable.
Escape inside your. All
right, get
we're
roll resolve.
escaping every time we escape inside our minds. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Sure.
So I'm having trouble typing. Okay, so I'm gonna put +1 on that because I'm spending. Wait, it's a +2 if you spend one fate point, right? So
Yeah.
+2 on that. Okay.
What aspect?
3, and then I need to add the 1. Oh yeah.
He's got several.
The Quixotic hero. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Very exotic.
Quixotic hero.
Yep.
All right. And then so I got 3, and then +1 from the resolve itself.
So what was the total? Sorry.
4.
4. All right, you can take up to 4 composure.
Yeah.
How much do you want to take?
Okay. Oh. Well, I don't have that many. I've only got 3 little empty circles to take. So I
Okay.
have to take all of them out, right? Is that...
So you have +1 composure. You can take
two.
Okay.
Hmm?
All right, so you take a 2.
No,
That was a suggestion.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. So your group is now at
I'll do
8. So Foot High,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Oh, I'm super.
How do you want to describe your dystopia, or do you want me to make it up?
I'm gonna let you choose that fate, Ross.
Okay. What did I describe last time? Was it the
The
river?
barracks were on fire.
Oh yeah, the barracks are on fire. Yeah, you're being trained to be an army to take over the world. There's your rebellion. It ended in failure. Everything's on fire. You need to escape and get out before everything blows up. That's the one you're in. And because General Hawk will catch you and kill you. Yeah, and his evil cyber dogs. So, but the hot boy and hot girl who you both have a crush on, and they're definitely rivals, are urging you to escape because they're both heroically wounded and can't follow you.
Like, and I mean, like, wait a minute. Our primary problem here is that things are on fire.
And General Hawk and his cyber dogs.
Well, fire was the very first thing that humans managed to harness. So we can make that work for us and use that and manipulate that same fire to incinerate them.
What? Okay. Well, I don't understand.
Like,
I'm just drawn to your eyes. I don't want to see them hurt because I care for you so much. But I'm so I can't. I'm too shy to say.
well, let me tell you how you can actually make the fire do what you want. It's simple science.
Okay, so you're rolling super science for this.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you? All right, General Hawk and his cyber dogs kick in as you're talking to them, and his cyber dogs are going to gonna chase after you, and you're in a hot teenager's body, so you can't use your amphibian powers because you're in this memory. So how are you going to fight the narrative? Yeah.
Well, there's ventilation in here, right?
Yeah.
Just manipulate it to kind of like blow the flames right towards them.
Oh, okay, I see. All right, go ahead and give me your science check.
That's good. That's good.
I am Science Man
Apparently,
from the science.
so it turns into a MacGyver episode all of a sudden instead of the Hunger Games.
That is 4 superhuman.
Okay. Yeah. You could take up to 4 composure.
I will take 2.
All right, that puts you all at 10, and 10 is what you needed. So the psychic illusion breaks. All of you are in the room, and the illusion has been shattered. The aura has been dispelled, and you all return to reality. And what seemed like hours or days, or if you think about those memories, it could have been a whole lifetime. Just fade away. But yeah, you're back in there, and let's see here. Your employers come in, and they're foot high. You can easily get the data now.
Okay.
You can see it has all the list of active projects and all the data. Also has the project summary. Do you want to read that, or the project data, the results, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Doctor, are you just reading them to yourself, or are you going to let everybody read them?
I'll let everyone read them.
Okay.
Hooray!
So, Dr. Infinity actually ran computers on all this data he's been gathering, and shortly before Ragnarok, built a prototype build-a-base that was large size that had cloning apparatus in them, including a bunch of human genetic data for basically 100,000 people, and realized this build-a-base could be used to configure a society that would be based on certain parameters, would basically be sustainable. He thinks based on all these flawed societies, he'd finally figured out how to build a stable society based on certain parameters that would last forever under certain circumstances and could be ruled with whatever ideology you wanted within certain guidelines. It couldn't be too extreme in any way, otherwise eventually it would collapse. But you could make a dictatorship based on a certain ruling caste, or if you were immortal, you could, create a society that served you forever, or a society that would follow whatever ideology you wanted to do it in, as long as they, followed certain things like raise children, maintain infrastructure to a degree, fed themselves. As long as they weren't too crazy, they would be sustaining, is what he thought it. And that build-a-base thing, which is about the size of a shipping container and armored, is built into, with a press of a button, you can reveal it. It's in the floor of this room. It can be configured. It's on a teleporter pad. You can teleport it anywhere in the world. So, yeah, that's sort of the prize. There's also data on all the existing bunkers. So there's a lot of them, but you'd have to go to these places individually to check to see if they were still working or not, because he didn't verify. He didn't monitor them in real time. He just got reports back from them every once in a while. Some of them had already been shut down, but there's a lot of ones still listed as active. So the 3 employers are like, Kira's like, we should dismantle this. This is, and Ember's like, no, we should use this. Miles is like, we could sell it.
We should salvage it.
Actually, no, Miles says we should use it, and Ember wants to sell it. So sorry, I flipped this. Well, it's the size of a shipping container. Yeah, but yeah, that's for all of you who came here for profit. That's a thing. This is kind of the only profitable bit right here. You could get some salvage from these computers and those wrecked plasma turrets, but a build-a-base technology is valuable. 2, an extra large one like this means you could build a much larger base than usual. And 2, with the cloning stuff, clone up to 100,000 people. Right, and then of course run a society set to whatever parameters you want. Woo!
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Crate's
guys,
gonna play the long. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. Profit's fun and all, but this is going in a whole dark area. We should like destroy this or something.
Miles said, no. We should just look. We can use it to create a better society, one that where humans and non-humans live together in peace. We could even move it off world.
Sanctuary.
It's easier to commit your crimes if they're off world.
Yeah, I mean, you could help us. You could become part of it. You could help set the rules for this society.
Self-building bases is one thing, but having a machinery that builds entire societies, that's way into the god-playing territory.
And we're not very good at it.
Well, we need people to fix everything that's wrong with the world, the universe. Like, there's not going to be heroes anymore. Like, we could make a society of heroes to protect society, protect the rest of the world, the universe.
Hey, hero, standing right here. But no, really, when people try to do all that god-playing stuff, it inevitably backfires.
Ember's like, you're right. No, we should sell that. We could dismantle this, sell this piece by piece. Of course, somebody, even if we could sell piece by piece. That would be safe, right? We just sell it over time, just eBay off every single part separately. We could make a fortune. I could run it, give you all a cut. It would be fine. Foot high.
Unless someone like
unless
someone like Iconoclast figures out to put it all back together.
Well, I mean, but imagine we could all retire on that. Like this is one of the biggest fines ever. Yeah. So, but also you've all risked your life for nothing otherwise, other than a list of bunkers with possibly hordes of traumatized children. We can make a society. Miles is like, you know what? We can make a society to help all those other kids. A society of caretakers that would just, we could put in a time accelerated universe, and then they'd be adults in no time, and they could come out and take care of all those kids.
But you guys, you've all lived through these terrible experiences. Why would you want to risk the chance of putting those same experiences on whole generations of other people?
But I was like, because I would do it right, because I know what it was like. I would not raise it as totalitarian. I would do it for the benefit of everybody, a better society. Yeah,
we did get the information of where all the other bases were located, right, from his main data cache.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know how many of them are still operational?
There's 115 potential active bases.
Okay.
Like I said, he got reports. So the reports list 115 active, but that was over a year ago. And the check-ins were 6 months to 2 years sometimes. So who knows? But at most 115.
Okay.
But 115 bases is a lot of bases.
Yeah.
That would be years of work.
Yeah, that would be years of work. But you guys are trying to play the short, quick, retire fast, and possibly become god.
Well, remember, they're different. Ember wants to just sell it. Miles wants to build the society. Carol wants to dismantle it. Destroy it.
I'm with Carol.
I'm with Carol, if only because we're not walking out of here empty-handed. We have a list of 150 bases.
Right. So lots of future missions.
Foot high, those bases probably aren't going to have much in the way of salvage. They're places where just children were raised underground. They're not going to have really, cool shit to loot. Also, if they have kids in there, you would be at a net profit because you'd have a bunch of kids you'd have to take care of, or because if you just dump them in the fucking system, that's not going to wind up well for them.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So Miles see, we can make a society of caretakers, and then we could hit all of those bases, and then have 100,000 adults in a pocket universe and sanctuary to take care of them, to bring them in there.
Yeah, you're not convincing me. The only option I see is to use the technology to build one of these that sole mission is to take out all the others.
Well, what are you going to do with all those kids then?
Well, no, I mean, you put them into that. You rescue them, and you put them in the system that their goal is to get rid of all these other bases. And
yeah, but who's going to actually go to the bases? Us? Like it would take us years to get to all of them, assuming we aren't caught or killed while we're doing it. It's very dangerous. I mean, also, the three of us, the four of us, don't have powers. You all are you willing to devote the rest for the next 3, 5, or longer years to do this?
I mean, when you raid bases, you can like sneeze and find powers, so that wouldn't be a big deal.
No, we specifically chose not to get powers because we were. I mean, I guess this changes things, but also we don't have any money to get powers. But like,
yeah. I don't want to get into the weeds. This program needs to get shut down. This is bad. This is playing God.
Yeah, but we don't have the resources to shut it down easily or for the best with all the kids without using it to create the resources we would need, i.e., people.
Yeah, could be a lifelong mission. I mean,
are you willing to do that? Are you willing to swear to that right now? Aren't you a crime fighter?
Yeah, this is an ultimate crime.
I'm the president of Blue Matter Technologies, so yeah, I have some organizational abilities. I could work with this
to build a society. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, see, you can help me. You can help build our society.
But we're not going to do it quick and easy.
Well, I mean, like that's just leaving those kids to suffer longer. How is that moral?
Your plan wasn't going to fix things for the kids anytime soon.
Yeah, it was. We could go and I mean, the sorceresses know of time accelerated universe where time passes more quickly than here, so we could spend 20 years in a flash to raise a generation of caretakers.
It's just having them be your guinea pigs instead of somebody else's guinea pigs.
But I would do it right. I wouldn't be. They wouldn't be guinea pigs. I would tell them how they were born, why they were born. I would tell them the truth. I wouldn't lie to them.
Okay,
everyone thinks they're going to do it.
What if they decide? Well, okay, what do you do if like a large percentage of them decide they don't want to go with your plan?
Then I would give them free will. I would just let them leave.
You sure? Would you swear to that right now?
Yes.
Pinky swear.
This seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, no, it totally does.
Well, I mean, what do you want to do then? Like, we know that there's at least some kids out there somewhere that are in those bunkers, suffering under fucking computers, robots raising them or whatever. Who knows what their conditions are? We don't have enough resources to get to them fast. Do you want to, if you're in bunker 100, waiting for 5 years for one group of people to find them, and that's assuming no one else finds them, people who could kill them. Or abandon them.
Let's trade this base for a teleporter and then exploit the others quickly.
Exploit? Also, even if you do liberate the kids, what do you do with them? I mean, you're talking each bunker would have dozens to hundreds or maybe even thousands of kids.
Surely there are islands.
You're just going to abandon them on an island?
And that brings us back to Animal Crossing.
Yeah. The only way, either you walk away and just let those kids to whatever fate they have, or we build a society of people to find and take care of them and to rescue them. Ember is like, no, look, just get, like, I got closure. Everyone else, I got rescued. I didn't need help to save myself. Just we found our payday. Let's just cut up the machine in different parts and sell them. We don't sell all of it. We sell like half of it, and that's still a pretty big payday. If we sell half of a build-a-base, and then Carol's like, we should just destroy it all. And what if those kids come out worse though? Like, what if they're crazy? What if they have powers? What if they cause more damage than they're killers and we could be unless we take care of all of, we claim responsibility for all of them, we're just being as reckless as the people who made them.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. I'm in the mood for a collectathon.
Okay, so I'll just let you, unless anybody. So there's 3 proposals: destroy it, Society of Caretakers, or sell it, while taking some measures to make sure that you're not selling all of the technology, so that someone else. Yeah.
I'm kind of on destroy it, but then just like I don't know, I guess leak the information to the public or something, and try to go rescue the kids a little bit at a time.
Well, if you leak it to the public, they'll all get uncovered pretty quickly. But then, who knows who's going to find them first? At best, they'll wind up in a system, as orphans.
Right. I mean, character-wise, character-wise, I don't know if it's the character, but player-wise, I'm saying it has the functional value of spreading the guilt over the largest number of people.
Destroy it. I will eat it.
Well, that's all right. So there's 5 of you. So Foot High, what are you voting for?
I'm voting for destroy it.
Destroy it. Tentacles just voted to sell it or to destroy it as well. Crate.
Destroy it and have a new mission finding all those kids.
All right.
Yeah, that part.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not Arcanon. Just for the record, what would you vote?
Unfortunately, destroy it. I think the only way we can. I mean, this is a problem. We can't let it happen again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of you it was unanimous. It sounds like so. Tentacle, you eat it. It takes some time.
Yes, big day for the mass.
Yeah. Yeah, you still have the data with all the project results and all that. You have all the data still. So, Foot High Science Guy, you realize you theoretically could recreate this experiment or recreate that build-a-base if you wanted to.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but that would take time. But yeah, so are all of you redevoting your life to liberating kids trapped in bunkers?
Well, I'm not expecting everyone else to, but I plan it as that's my mission in between any other mission. Between getting money to fund the cost.
Hobby now. It's your pastime. It's just
yeah.
No, I'm gonna follow Crate around because apparently my role here is to eat the base.
All right.
I'm gonna get into artisanal children saving as well. Just dabble.
You're just a hobby. Okay, yeah. Crate, are you also a part-time rescuer of bunker children?
Full time. He was clear about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do full time. I'm a weird iterate FPS protagonist.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm thinking of it as full time. I'm just trying to be practical. I'm looking at the character sheet, and it's got a lot of this whole thing about got to have money to fund all this. So I'm sure I won't be able to devote full time to it. Just like how my real life is.
I'm Crate's weird companion creature from the game.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Foot High, is that your new hobby as well, or are you going to?
I think I'm totally going to help out with that for sure.
Okay. Well, what percentage of your time are you going to take away from your business to rescue bunker children?
I say 50-50.
50-50. Oh, that's a pretty big. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So So that's your new campaign, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So next week, same time.
Yeah. So that's the premise. So that's the adventure.
Nice.
Yeah, I wanted to give a little moral dilemma at the end, but I got the idea for this after watching a movie called Level 16. That was essentially Carol's backstory, where spoilers for that movie. Oops.
I thought it was going to be like Never Let Me Go, but fair enough.
Never. It's very. It's never. Level 16 is very much thematically similar to Never Let Me Go, although it's more dystopian and stuff because it's in a bunker. Not in a nice, farm estate. But yeah, and then of course I thought, so that I was like, what if there were a bunch of people from different bunkers who found each other's support group, and so and base raiders got to be meta, so there we go. And I just wanted to see what kind of approach you would all take with that. So that was pretty fun.
Nice.
Questions, comments, suggestions.
Just the notion of build a base, but taken to the nth level. Build a base, build a society. It's decidedly nicely dark.
Yeah. Base raiders gets a little fucked up at times, weirdly enough.
More than somewhat.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us, Tom.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem, man.
Yeah, that was cool.
This was fun.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you got to play, Tom. I'm actually kind of want to run this again for the RPPR group and see what they do. If you play again, Tom, just don't spoil it for them.
I'll pick someone else besides Foot High.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I might play Kurzik again.
Yeah, I really like
He's a great character too.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I really like the psychic trap. That was kind of a good, big thematic thing to
Yeah.
be the climax.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
Oh yeah, originally I was gonna have like another base raider pop in and be like, I was the psychic's allies, and now that you've defeated him, I've been watching, and I'm going to kill you all to take the loot for myself.
Team Rocket.
And then you
Yeah,
just-
well, but you had the ghost ship there, so I could have just said, "Oh, the ghosts are like, meh. We'll just ghost you with our ghost powers." Another ship showed up, so we
So
asked.
that was your impression of the ghost. I was like, man.
No, I think the DM was mocking himself.
Is that that needs to happen more.
Yeah, so basically the ghost ship, another ship would have shown up, and then the other guy would have gone down to attack you. But I said with the ghost ship there, you had all that work to get their help, so you don't have to do the extra fight at the end because the ghost ship.
You're
would
welcome, team.
Stop the
No.
bad guy for you.
No, I
So,
think
yeah.
the good extra fight at the end was us trying to figure out what the hell to do with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, this was
It
good.
was great, but oof.
Yeah, I mean, you could have made your own society with whatever rules you
But we're
wanted.
not very good at that.
Aw, you could have just made
It doesn't really fit for Knight Errant. I mean, if I was
Where
Iconoclast,
is the
maybe. but-
salvage opportunity
Yeah.
in that?
You could have made a society of salvagers to bring you salvage.
No, man, no.
It's all about the hunt for you.
You can
huh?
only trust cephalopods.
Okay, yeah,
They're
fair.
a grown bundle of tentacles. They can get their own salvage.
Yeah, all right. It's all artisanal. Yeah, I really like Tentacles as a character.
Oh yeah, totally, man. He's a good one.
That was-
Thank you,
I
thank you
guess.
very much.
yeah, quite entertaining. Cool. Well, that's all I have for tonight. Thank you all for playing.
Base Raiders is fun because you can have this guy and then also Crate and a bunch of tentacles and they're all on the same team.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is quite fun.
Welcome.
The
Tentacles.
system is it's such a simple system that you can
Yeah.
do anything. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and the setting lets you do that. So you can all just fucking have fun with it and have play
Whoever
with
wrote this game was a damn genius.
it.
Yeah,
Bye,
whoever he might be.
Yeah, buy my book. Available now. Gumroad.com/roastbait.
Ugly, sorry.
Yep. If you all right, but yeah, that's all I have. So we'll talk to you all later.
All right.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye.
In broadcast.